Ladies and gentlemen, episode 124 Tornado Tag Podcast. The Hangman Cometh. That's the episode.
Backeth.
He
Yeah.
cameth. He's already here. In
Yeah.
other words,
Tonight, we do not have a general topic. We are just going to kind of talk about current event stuff, some local indie stuff.
we're winging it.
We were not technically supposed to be recording tonight.
Well, we were thinking about maybe doing something in the car, which probably would have been very similar to this. But
Yes.
plans change, and we're here, and we're glad to be here.
Yeah, so we're absolutely glad to be here. We were going to do some spooky stuff with some Camp Leapfrog, but that has been postponed to another day. So keep a
I don't know what you're talking about because they record all at once.
keep a lookout.
It's live,
for-
pal.
Yeah, keep a lookout for Camp Leapfrog stuff in the near future. A lot of fun stuff with that. Trying to share our stuff out. But before I do that, let's get into the people who really, really matter and love us a lot here. And that's our Patreon subscribers. We have $1 or $5 subscribes. That's literally a monthly subscription. It helps us grow, helps us pay the bills. We have a lot of stuff.
How about this? You read that, and me and Brian will guess and see if we can remember who it all is.
All right.
And then
Okay.
just cross them off in your mind.
All right.
Okay.
You go
So,
first.
Tree of Life Metaphysical Shop. Is one of the
Absolutely.
Patreons.
We will be there in 3 weeks doing a on-location podcast
Yeah.
with Truth Behind
How about that?
Illusion, and you can come hang out with us.
I forget what they're calling that. Like,
It's like a local folklore and ghost story day.
yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
In
very
Ringtown, Pennsylvania.
Yep. So you can come hang out with us live on location
Tree
there.
of Life Metaphysical Shop.
You got it. That's one of
It's a
them. You-
mouthful, but it's a cool name.
what do you got?
Oh, we have to go Jay Mysterio.
Well, Jay Mysterio added his last name now. Jay Horror. He
Oh,
he gave us he peeled
That's
the
a
curtain
shoot
back.
name.
Yeah.
Shoot name.
Shoot.
So he's back, and Jay, who is a big part of Black Rock Brewing Company in Pottsville, one of the head honchos.
Oh, wow.
So-
I did not know that.
very supportive, and I'm very thankful for him. And he has a fun brewery. That does actually after this airs tonight, we're going to be a little late to it, but they're doing movie nights now.
Oh,
Black Rock.
really?
Oh, I
And-
did not know.
And after the show tonight, they're showing in the outside seating area Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
I was
wow.
just going to ask, where do they show it at?
So technically, I guess they paid for a license fee or whatever goes in the thing.
Yeah.
They are technically considered a movie theater, and they can show movies.
Yeah.
And then when it gets too cold to be outside, they're going to use the second floor and turn that into a
Oh, that's a
little
good
seating.
idea.
I can just imagine just walking by or driving by and just hear Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
You're just walking by. I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker.
They're like, what the?
Huh?
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So immediately following
That's
this,
cool.
me and Heidi are gonna go out and watch a movie
Oh,
tonight.
well, there you go.
Who else we got?
Austin.
Austin Blackwell.
Yes.
That kid's he's related to me.
He is related to you.
Another one?
I believe he's a sibling.
Are we still with the Hyreth and Other Words?
Higher than Other
Oh,
Words
there we go.
podcast. There it is. And then the last one.
Okay, my turn. Let me think.
Hmm.
Okay.
Now I feel bad. Now I feel
Yeah.
like this patron is left out.
I can never say his last name, so I call him B. Tommy B.
Tommy B.
Tommy
Oh, yeah, you usually say him
Borzrath.
first.
Yeah.
Borzrath. It
Borzrath.
sounds like a place in Middle Earth.
Yeah, he's so thank you guys so much for the people who
Tommy Borzett.
who subscribe to that and help us out.
I figured we change up the things a little.
Absolutely. And then we want to thank our sponsor, Abaddon
I'll-
Tattoo
for
Studio.
the cool. I'm gonna take that and add a little bit to it. Nothing that would make them look bad.
Okay.
And do it up. I won't do it for this stuff.
Nice. So they are a unique professional experience nestled in Pine Grove, Pennsylvania and Pottsville, Pennsylvania. They provide high quality tattoos and piercings in a relaxed, professional, and sterile environment. You can check out their links below, or you can go over to our brand new www.iwepnetwork.com,
Uh-oh, another new one. Okay.
and it's set up now to be a network site. So literally you go to it, it shows you every show in the network, what network. You can click on Tornado Tag Podcast. You can click on store. It takes you right to our merch page.
Oh,
You can leave
nice and easy.
reviews. They have a little microphone on the bottom corner. You can leave voice messages for the podcast.
Hmm.
You can contact us if you want to be on the show. So if you want to be booked on the show and come do an episode with us, go on the contact page, send it up. It's a brand new website.
Wow.
I worked really hard on it. So if you guys can
That's
please go
cool.
check it out, it may mean the world to us.
So people can't do the dentist stamp. They can't do the I'm not booked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And again,
you can do all that.
iwep.com.
IWEP
Network.
network.com.
Oh, network.com.
IWEPnetwork.com.
Don't
Yeah.
forget that network.
Chio in the chat saying plugged and shared. Thank
Oh,
you
yeah,
so
thank
much,
you,
brother. If you're checking out the show, you would notice that we got some new lights in the studio, which is pretty exciting.
Feels like the Lava Lamp Lounge. Remember that 70s guy, Mike Awesome? I think that was.
So we're trying something new with the lighting a little bit. We don't have that big bright light shining down on my head. We're trying to make the show look a little better, hopefully
Heidi
sound
won't
better.
look so washed out.
Yeah, Heidi won't look like she.
And for those people that are
staring at the sun,
only listening, never mind.
Yeah, you have no idea what we're talking about. But you can always check out the videos live on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And Facebook went down for a little bit. I know a lot of you were scrambling to find where we're gonna.
How was it really down for? Not
like
long.
6 hours.
Yeah. Where can we find Tornado Tag Podcast during these trying times? I had a beer or two. And the best place to do that would be other social media platforms besides Facebook.
Yeah.
Because if that shuts down, you can always go follow us on those platforms.
Just not Instagram, because that went down too.
Yeah, because they're in
Same
cahoots.
company. Yeah, everything Facebook adjacent was down. WhatsApp, which is more big like internationally, that was down.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, the reason it took so long to fix, they had to go physically do something to the servers. And it was such a bad outage that the electromagnetic key cards they would use to get in the building, they couldn't open doors.
Wow.
So they had to manually open a door, and then to get into the server room, they had to like cut open the wall and then cut open the server
like
cage
James
to get in
Bond
there.
stuff.
Yeah,
That's fucking awesome.
it's great.
Yeah. And then with the new merch page, we've added t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, all that fun stuff. And for you wrestling fans, boom, there it is.
Yeah.
Tornado Tag Podcast Fanny Pack.
The most pro wrestling piece of merch you can possibly have.
And when you ask me, what do you keep in your fanny pack? Tony?
Steroids.
Yeah, steroids, man.
And it would be Tornado Tag stickers
and steroids.
And steroids are in here. I'm trying to get look.
And
I'm
if
trying to
you're
look
Bobby
good.
eating a toothbrush and some candy. And
I want to look good for the listeners.
Earl Hebner can fit like 2 or 3 Coors Lights in there.
Yeah, you probably can. It's nice. It's really cool. It has if you are interested in getting a fanny pack and you want to support the podcast, it's got a pocket in the back.
oh, really?
It's
Wow.
got an inside pocket, a mesh pocket, and then another inside
Oh,
zipper
wow.
pocket.
How much are they?
I think they're $25.
Okay, well, there you go.
I try to make all the prices as low as they possibly
Mhm.
can. Actually, our t-shirts and our hoodies and all that stuff is cheaper on Teespring now than it is on TeePublic.
No.
A hoodie's like $45 on TeePublic, and I can't change that price.
Yeah.
That's what they charge.
Yeah.
So I was
Those are
like,
always expensive.
so I wanted to like cut the price down, and
Yeah.
actually we get more of a profit from Teespring than we do TeePublic.
Oh, well, then go to Teespring, everyone.
It's cheaper,
Right.
and we actually make a little
Yeah.
more money on it. So if you do get a t-shirt, please send us a photo of you in your t-shirt.
Mhm.
Please, I mean, you can keep it PG if you want to get a little crazy.
But you don't have.
We do have 2 single young men on the
Yeah.
podcast. They'll take a look at
and
you.
we can blur it out just to post the picture.
Yeah, we'll put little
Young.
Yeah.
we'll put the logos over your naughty
Yeah.
parts. Yeah, we'll keep you protected. But let's talk current events. A lot of things are going on. A lot of stuff on the independent scene. I don't
This
think
is
I said it like that.
a big week locally here. If you're in the northeastern PA scene, is PPW still northeastern PA? Is Broadhead still northeastern? Right? Or is it central PA now?
I don't know.
Well, that's going east. So if anything, it would be
Eastern PA.
eastern central.
We're gonna still call it.
above Allentown.
yeah, I won't be at any wrestling shows this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah. How dare you have a life?
Yeah.
How dare you spend time with your wife?
Yeah, this
doing
is
something you like
it's weird for me.
besides wrestling.
So yeah, we'll be going to the Office convention or festival or whatever they're considering
I
it.
call it a con. Yeah.
It's 3 days long. It's all Office themed, and my wife has been she has sacrificed a lot for this
Mhm.
network and this podcast, and she bought tickets for this 2 years ago. It never happened, and just happened to fall on pretty big weekend of wrestling, and unfortunately I will not be participating because
Now, are you staying up there or going back and forth?
I think
every
we're
day?
going back and forth. Yeah.
Well, it's not
It's
that
not
far.
like horrible yet.
Well, I also looked at it as if like there's a lot of people who are traveling from all over the country to be at this,
Mhm.
and if I live 45 minutes away and I take a hotel room off somebody,
Hey,
kind of a
money's
shithead.
money. Don't matter.
Yeah, but
I'm
I'd
sure
rather
they have enough.
someone.
Between Scranton and Wilkes-Barre, I'm sure they have enough.
Yeah,
Fuck them.
fuck them.
Fuck it.
Well, it's not a far drive.
Yeah, but still.
Maybe we'll bunk
Fuck
up
'em.
with somebody. You know, hotels have bunk beds, right?
Maybe we'll have a key part.
I don't know, dude. I'm sure there's someone somewhere that have bunk beds.
I feel like hotels should start doing bunk.
Yeah, that way you charge
But
more.
that's like a
or less.
hostel, more of like a hostel.
Yeah,
We have like
which I
bunk
would
beds.
never stay one in my life.
A hostel.
Yeah, my God. I'd rather just sleep on the street. I think your chances are better
You
of
wouldn't,
living.
you wouldn't want to sleep in a bunk bed with a stranger.
No. And a room full of strangers. Absolutely not.
You wouldn't feel.
I'd stay up all night before I do that.
I would.
Hostels are dangerous. They made movies about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're even called hostel.
Yeah. It's in the name.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got.
Well, the weekend kicks off tomorrow. If you're listening to this live, Friday, the 8th at 8 p.m. at the Berwick Salvation Army Corps,
Very easy to
320
get to.
320 West 2nd Street in Berwick. True Wrestling Supercard 1. The first show I believe that they're calling Supercard. You have Joey Perfect and Seymour Green, who we know quite well, taking on Sweet and Sour. The Stepdads against Andy Harner and Aaron Arbo.
Yeah, reuniting A-Team. They haven't tagged in years. This is for Andy's first match back since he got his face broken, literally, in a match that I was in. I didn't do it. 2 years ago, 3 years ago. He's been out there. He hasn't wrestled since.
Yeah.
And Arbo has not wrestled.
He's very
in many
good.
years. Yeah.
He's very good. Andy Harner's good.
Yeah, he is very good.
Mhm.
So I want to see that match.
Is there frequently confusion between the two of you before he got hurt?
Our names are 2 letters different.
Yeah.
It's like I have a cousin who's named Ryan, and that was always, and same last name too. So
yeah,
that was always a pain during like family functions.
I actually have given to us a exclusive here for the podcast for local news. So there's a show coming up at the Sanctuary called Smash.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's going to be November 21st. I believe, is that a Friday night?
Do you notice that it's Hulk colors?
It is.
And the font is like the Hulk.
I think they
Get
should have
it?
named it after another Barry Darso character.
Yeah.
Yeah. It will be a no ropes.
Blacktop bully.
Yeah. No ropes.
All King of the Road matches.
No.
KO or tap out only.
Oh boy. I'm
no
out.
count out, no pinfalls, striking encouraged style show.
Oh boy.
And the match that we got is going to be, I believe that's the guy you wrestled in that top secret.
Mike Skyros, right?
Yeah, Skyros, and
I can you flip that around because I don't know who that is.
I think that's the guy you. Is that the guy you wrestled with the?
Oh, yes, that is Isaac's Effects.
Yeah, Isaac Effects.
His name is very hard to say,
Yeah.
especially if I have trouble, then you will have trouble. Isaac's Effects. Isis Effects versus Mike Skyros is the first match.
I'm a big fan.
I
of
guess
Skyros.
it's like, yeah, he's very good.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I assume it's like a blood sport type deal.
It
Yes.
seems like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I will not be wrestling there then,
Why not?
because that is not my bag. I think it is incredibly boring.
So I like it.
But,
I actually like
I'm
it.
not an MMA fan.
Yeah, I
so
love
that's
combat
not my
sports.
cup
Yeah.
of tea.
It'll be fun
So
commentary.
if they ask, I'll politely decline.
come hang out.
I could.
If it's a Friday night, you
Yeah.
can hang out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our little breaking news
Oh,
that we were
cool.
given by the
That was-
Sanctuary.
And when is that?
The 21st, November 21st.
Okay, November
Yeah.
21st.
November 21st is a Saturday or Sunday. It is a Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to probably be in place of one of the Proving Ground shows or something like that.
Okay.
The Sanctuary does.
She's upstairs.
So moving on with this True Wrestling show for Friday, tomorrow, if you're listening live, Bull Hightower. I know him primarily from PPW, one of the half of the Titan Outlaws there.
Mhm.
He will be taking on Travis Dorian.
I believe that's for the big guns.
It is
title.
not.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
That's,
He
that's
has
what
the
the-
belt in the picture, so that's why I like
It's not. Jason Furious, who was part of 570 Fights at the Sanctuary,
it.
came up short against Skylar Kincaid. He'll be taking on Adina Steele, who is on the logo right behind
Yeah,
me
that
here,
should be a good match.
throwing a suplex. That should be a lot of fun. Tim Rush against Tommy Vex should be a lot of fun. It's always good to see Tommy Vex.
Love Tommy.
And then we have a bull rope match with referee Kras Van Tassel, Sean Silence going up against, in his final match, Big Aaron Nasty. He's been
Former-
doing the... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, they're former tag team partners.
Yes. And Aaron Nasty's been doing a retirement tour of sorts, and it ends here. This will be his final match.
A lot of people will clamoring for this retirement match. Like I say, I never personally met him or encouraged, got to know him, but
Yeah.
a lot of people like him, man. A lot of people giving him some shout outs. Pete made a video for him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Former
So-
tag team champions of True Wrestling.
Well, if anyone who listens to this knows him, the door's open. If he wants, after he retires, if he wants to come talk his career on a podcast, the door's open.
Yeah, and
I'd
happy
love,
trails.
I'd love to learn more things about him and find more matches and talk to him.
Mhm.
So if the powers that be, people that are listening, tag them, let them know we're interested.
And here is the Big
Yeah,
Guns
okay,
Championship match.
I thought the tag title was the Big Guns title. Looks like it. Now I see it.
Here is the Big Gun title match. It's Clay Drasher, the champion, defending against Sam Adams.
Clay Drasher was part of a tag team, right?
Yeah, Cash Masters.
Castmaster. Yeah, I
Yeah.
watched you guys did a triple threat with
Yes.
them. Triple threat tag team.
Yeah, GSW.
Yeah.
Yeah, them, Blue and Gold, and
At the
Diamond
return final show?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Me.
Where that logo was birthed.
Yeah. The inspiration for that logo was that night.
Yeah.
And then we have Tony Deppen.
This is gonna be fantastic.
This is a Forbidden Door match. Tony Deppen, Ring of Honor's own, former Ring of Honor TV champion Tony Deppen, against AEW's Matt Sydal.
Mhm.
It's gonna be exciting.
Big Forbidden Door match. That should be good. That should be very, very good.
Do they tape their product? Like, where can you watch when they're done?
I would assume so, but I don't know.
I want to watch that
to find
match.
out.
And then for the True Wrestling Championship, champion Sage Matthews defending against Dirty Dango, formerly Fandango from the WWE.
True, Trajan was champion for a while there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then PPW the next night, Dirty Dancing. So I guess you can tell who's going to be heavily involved in this show.
Two guys maybe going to do one show, then going to swing over and do another show.
And then it says at the Signature Training Academy, 137 Erin Lane, Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania. The women's title with special referee Madison Rain. JC Storm will be getting the shot against the reigning champion Adina Steele.
Getting another shot.
Yeah, another
she's getting the opportunities.
She is.
Yeah.
And then for the No Limits title, we have the defending champion Rembrandt with Cosmic defending against Chris Slade, Elijah Eden, and Timothy Theory.
I'm not familiar with Timothy Theory. I think he was there. He's the one that has like the chaos symbol on the side of his tights? Is that him?
I'm
like
not
the red and black.
I never get to see the wrestling in PPW. I'm always backstage.
Are you thinking of Action Andre?
No, not him, because I know who that is.
Yeah.
Action Andretti. I know who that is.
Andretti,
He's in their match. I'm not sure, because you can't see the guy's tights. I've seen this, but
Rembrandt in another multi-man match for his title.
Yeah,
he cannot escape.
Well, isn't that like what it's
the deal for that belt was? It was always defending multi-man titles.
Oh, really?
I know that the rules are still whack. That was the idea when they birthed it.
Oh, okay.
And then for the non-multi-man TV title, WYLN TV title, our own Andy Header defending against V Marino.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
Young
this
upstart?
match?
Hey, I just want to let you know, I'm one of 2 singles matches. So I'm
really,
that's putting faith in you.
Yeah.
Wow. And you're working an upcomer.
Yes.
Been sticking his nose in your business.
Yeah. He debuted by hitting me with brass knuckles.
Yeah, you
from behind.
Yeah, teach this kid a lesson.
Yeah.
Teach this kid a lesson.
So we'll see. PW TV championship match. Will I retain?
Might be a little punch and crunch in the future. Superman punch.
Yeah, that's right.
Crunch.
I'm trying to do an old school brawl here.
You should break his neck.
Oh my god.
That's a little.
That's a little.
Wow.
Not really break his neck, but like storyline.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You should pin him.
Yeah.
You should pin his shoulders to the ground
And
for a
win.
1, 2, 3, and retain your title.
You should stab him with a trident.
Oh god. Yeah, from Office. Not Office. Anchorman.
Anchorman. Yeah.
And then for the tag team titles, we have Sins, which in this case is Mad Dog and Isaac Rule, against South Philly's Finest and the defending champions, the Sambo Show.
Wow.
We got Sam Adams in both shows so far.
Yeah.
And Adina Steele in both shows so
Yes,
far.
we do.
Yep.
Speaking of people that are going to be in both shows, Matt Seidel comes to PPW. He was supposed to be there for the show right when
Super Show
the pandemic hit. No, it was going to be called like Last Call, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
He was supposed to be there and didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So he will be in PPW and he'll be in a 3-way match with Action Andretti and Mr. James. Is Matt Seidel a good noodle? We will find out.
We will find out.
Then in mixed tag action, we have Mike Orlando and Christina Marie against Alpha Jr. and Mercedes Martinez.
Star-studded match.
Yeah. I do not. The post I have does not have that match or the Matt Seidel match listed. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the post.
And just like every other wrestling promotion, just always keep in mind, fans, cards subject to change.
Yes,
you never know.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, someone can't make it.
Then we have Joey Martinez, Richard Holiday, MLW, another Forbidden Door thing, and Fox Vineyard taking on Dirty Dango and Main Event in a 6-man tag.
There you go.
Maybe we'll get Main Event a little shuck and jive, a little dancing to get a little.
Maybe. What if Fandango's like Enzo didn't want to cut a promo when I see him at the show? It's like, what if Dango doesn't want to dance?
Oh, he's due. Everyone's gonna throw their fingers in the air.
But what do you want to see Enzo do? Talk, right?
Talk, yeah.
He didn't want to cut a promo at the show. I'm like, okay, all right.
Then he got a microphone and cut a 30-hour promo.
No, not this one. This is PCWA. He just
really?
a little bit, yeah.
Wow.
A little bit.
And
cool thing about that last PPW show, I got to hang out with Bobby Fish, and now, we'll get into that. Never mind.
And then your main event, I'm assuming, for the evening will be for the PPW heavyweight title. Encore challenging against Bro Keller in Bro's first defense.
Yes.
I'm torn, man, because I really like Bro. Good dude. I really like Encore, too. Just two, like, babyface versus babyface. Just two people you want to really root for. The crowd's going to be torn, man.
It's just tough. Sometimes they're torn or they pick somebody and not the other.
I wish I will be there live on commentary, but unfortunately I won't be. because of all I got everything going on. But that's a match I had circled, and I'm excited to see how the crowd reacts to that. I'm very curious because both very good competitors. I'm a fan of both. Maybe we'll even have Encore on the show soon.
Okay.
There's been some talks maybe to have Encore on, but good dude. Got to see Encore at another promotion recently, and
That shall not be named.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Top secret.
Top secret. Can't believe frog.
No, the secret's out.
Yeah. So I always like it when new people come to camp, and a lot of people, that House of Glory crew.
Yeah. Is he House of Glory?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So is JC Storm.
Oh, wow. I was not aware.
So it's really cool to see that people travel. And I'm a big fan of anyone who comes out of that place, because there's everyone on that talent roster I meet just is just good people. I love it. They're good people. Yeah.
And then they also announced PPW recently their November show, November 13th. It's going to be called Traditions.
Isn't Tyler Breeze wrestling that show?
I thought Tyler Breeze was on this show.
I think he was on this show, and then he's not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
He's got a lot of Twitch money. He's got that 40 grand Twitch money.
They had his name, and I forget what it was.
Yeah,
Obviously, yeah.
I thought he was working. Yeah.
So in November, though, they did announce a new tag team will be debuting in PPW. Terrence and Terrell Hughes, the sons of Devon Dudley, will be in PPW.
They should be Terrence and Terrell Dudley.
They should be Terrence and Phillip.
Terrence and Phillip.
Terrence and Phillip.
Pal.
From Canada, from the Canadian section of Dudleyville, from Little Toronto in Dudleyville.
And they fart on people.
Yeah.
We're children.
And then and then the weekend closes on Sunday, as it always does.
There you go. Devontae says, I'm rooting for Bro Keller. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
I love Bro Keller too. It's hard. It's really hard to pick either one. But I will say this: Encore is new to the scene at PPW, and Bro Keller has been scratching and clawing his way up that.
And Bro's just been wrestling longer in general.
Yeah.
So a little bit more experience.
And more kind of inside baseball. I wouldn't want to see him lose the title.
Yeah, me either. He just won it.
I'm a fan of both, but
I don't like flipping of the title anywhere.
Yeah, I don't. I think Bro's gonna retain.
Just from and this is obviously none of my business, but you didn't have a champion for a year and a half. Let a guy be a champion.
Yeah.
I got to say, I had to share a very cool moment with Devontae this weekend.
Oh, you got to watch the football team.
I got to watch our team win together in
a
room full of Eagles fans who are booing and heckling us.
Oh, why was it the
high five?
The team that does not have a name versus the Eagles?
They are the football.
The football. No,
they didn't play the Eagles yet.
Oh, okay.
But we want to do we're gonna when the Eagles and Washington game happens.
Yes.
Devontae and Moran would love to be on the show.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk wrestling and probably trash talk a lot.
I'm gonna have a cold that night.
Yeah.
You gotta have two people come in to support the Eagles and that counterpoint.
You got me a pinhead.
Make it hardball.
Yeah.
You watch hardball.
We'll get Pinhead on the show. It'll be me and Eric Pinhead, and then you three.
Yeah.
Quite like that Bloodsport show. I will not be a part of it.
You can be the moderator. You can be the voice of reason.
I don't know who's right and wrong here.
We're always right.
I like hockey sometimes.
Yeah.
Does
Deion Sanders still play?
No.
He commentary. Well, not commentary.
Like
analyst.
Yeah, he's an analyst.
That's commentary.
Yeah. So then the weekend does close with the Sanctuary. Thy will be done.
Depending how good this Office Con is.
Yes.
We may or may not stay for the Sunday afternoon or the Sunday festivities.
Yeah.
So the Sunday, if you watch The Office, they do their shtick was in like the warehouse yard sale. Like it was like a warehouse, like it was like a whole flea market, but in the warehouse.
Okay, yeah.
That's what they're gonna do on the last day. And,
really?
and people are gonna bring stuff and try to sell it.
Oh,
that's cool.
That's cool.
It may be cool, may not. We'll see.
I mean, I like flea markets, regular flea markets.
Yeah. Yeah. Depends on how much money we spend and if we're into it or if we're just burnt out.
I think that kind of con 2 days, you're gonna get your fill.
I think there's a very high chance we'll be at Sanctuary on Sunday.
Yeah. You know what? I don't have work on Sunday.
Did you come? Well, then you know what? You might have just sealed it for all three of us at Sanctuary that day.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So
if you come, dude, even if they're not booked, show up.
Oh, yeah.
You'll probably get a
bring your gear. Come with your gear.
That happens a lot.
Many places I could go.
You know,
if I have my gear, you want to do something?
Yeah. You know who was at Sanctuary last week we missed? The Runway.
Yeah.
How about that?
I just seen that. I was like, they are meant for that place.
They a lot of people were there last week because it was HC Loke's birthday party.
Yeah, I'm so bummed I missed that.
Yeah, he's always been so cool to us. Belated happy birthday to Loke. And so I think Killian was there. I know
more and more. Jamie Senegal was back.
Jamie Senegal was back.
She was there. Ace Austin was there. Gio was there. I think that more people are coming to Sanctuary And it's really cool to see like Leapfrog people come.
Yeah.
And then when they were at Leapfrog and they're like, yo, you hear the sanctuary? And then like Demont is like, dude, that place is fucking cool.
Yeah,
like
when you go, you always want to go back.
yeah.
You
And
always wanna go back.
I think it's starting to gain some traction where people are like, I want to go experience
Yeah.
it. Like I get really like your photos that came out of that
Yeah,
are
they're awesome,
fantastic.
yeah.
Your photos look great. Like it's a great place to go learn and build your character.
Yes.
Yeah.
And $5 if you're a fan.
And
Yeah.
$5.
And as a worker, you know when you go there, like it actually, I think more promotions should be glad that you go to a place like that because it gives you great photos, and you know almost 100% guarantee you're leaving there completely safe because you're not allowed to do 90% of the stuff that you would normally do.
Well, don't say like that. I mean, you're not allowed to do crazy stuff.
Yeah, but the big mass,
you're
the
always
outside,
taking-
the outside, like safety is more of the concern than it
Yes,
is.
yes.
Yeah, mass quality is still fantastic, but you have to learn how to mount storytell while you're in the ropes more than just doing a backflip. You know what I mean?
And the peek behind the curtain on that, the people that are involved with running the sanctuary are very, very attuned to the impact that head injuries and CTE.
We've seen a match where they weren't even 100% sure if someone did get hurt.
Yeah.
And John just seen it from upstairs and said that didn't look good. And he goes, "Are you?" And he doesn't give a fuck. Cameras are rolling, anything. He'll break complete kayfabe. Be like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Ah." And if they don't even answer yes right away, cut.
Yeah.
And he goes down and he checks on you because your safety is more important than anything else, which is cool.
I know one thing they've been really pushing, or they were a little bit ago on their Facebook page at least, is the Daphne's family did have a Scream Queen Daphne t-shirt put out after her passing. And I think it's a lot of the if not all of the proceeds, some of the proceeds are going toward like research and things for people who've had CTE and concussion issues.
Yeah, because it does do damage to your brain.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know?
And Daphne was a part of that there. I think she had her last fight at the sanctuary.
Oh, I was not
last
aware
time
of
she
that.
was in the ring was at the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I just hope people like fans. Hey, we should start going to sanctuary. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah, $5.
It's a
Can't beat
cool-
it.
$5
place.
Fight Club.
And it's a place where like you're not given a gimmick. You know, you have to do this or that.
No,
know,
you come
you're
with your character.
Yeah, it's very freewheeling, I guess you could say.
And yeah, like I said, it's a lot of fun. Come check it out. And
as far as what they have planned for this weekend,
they have a brand new domain name too. I want to get that real quick. So it's sanctuary
net.
No, fuck. I just
fart.
I don't think it's sanctuary.fart.
Is it on the flyer that you have there?
No. He's gonna kill me. I'm sorry, Trotsky. I know one is sanctuary.gay.
Okay.
Because they want to show that they're, the inclusiveness of the sanctuary and it's a safe space for everybody. So that's one of the domains.
Sanctuarystuntstudio.com. There's that one. I didn't see.
I want to say it's like a sanctuary. Sanctuary dot like
the Daphne
art?
shirt is very cool.
Sanctuary dot art.
I don't.
That would be very fitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. And also check out John Trotsky on Getting to Know the 570. He had a really good interview on there about the history of the sanctuary and everything that's been going on there and his vision and everything that that the sanctuary stands for. So go check out Getting to Know the 570. And Trotsky just did a really, really fun
I believe he'll also
podcast.
be in kind of in a movie upcoming, a Netflix movie where he's going to be doing stunt work for Jonah Hill.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, as far as what they have advertised while you're trying to find this domain name, if until we find that one, you can use. I believe you still can use sanctuarystuntstudio.com, but it seems like they have something that's a little bit shorter than that now. It appears, but yeah, as far as what you can expect for this upcoming show, PJ Savage against Ransom. You also have the Mastodon against Travis Dorian. Andre Polino, who Andy wrestled at the inaugural 570 fights a few weeks ago, against Jay Bougie. I believe Jay Bougie and Savage and maybe Ransom, I'm not sure about Ransom, are all, I want to say, I could be wrong here, from the Johnny Rod's school.
Oh, okay.
A lot of Johnny Rod's people at the sanctuary. And then also appearing Jaden Vallow, Gordy Palco, Matt Quay, who I've become a big fan of over the past few
Matt
months.
Quay's a fucking man.
He's a fixture at the sanctuary. He's a fixture now at
Hard worker
Outbreak.
too. He tries to make as many shows as he can. You know.
Yeah, we got to the sanctuary one day very early. Like the doors weren't even open yet. Like the people who opened the doors,
he was
there.
waiting outside,
and he was there waiting for.
He was the first one there.
Wow, how about that?
And every single time there's ring time, he's like a kid in a pool. You can't get him out.
Yep.
He wants to be in there. He wants to work.
And
the kid's gonna be something.
And he can connect with the fans. The fans love him. I noticed that at Outbreak at first.
Yes.
The first Outbreak.
He's someone I think now that we're getting a rotation down and we are pretty comfortable with the Thursdays. I think we're pretty locked in. I want to start opening the doors now for. And I wasn't ignoring people. I just wanted to make sure we were on a flow, develop that we are here Thursdays, get that fan base, get the people watching, interacting, and now the numbers are coming back again. Not only are they coming back on the actual platform, but people are listening on the network page too.
Oh, good.
Like our numbers like tripled on the network page, as well as people listening on the actual feed. And then YouTube's doing a little better, Facebook's doing good. More people are actually, like right now we have a lot of people watching, and more comment if you're watching, talk to us. But
please.
The door's open. The more you comment and share, the more it puts the algorithms up to let people know that you're here, and it helps.
And I found that Daphne shirt is that Collar and Elbow brand.
Isn't that Al Snow's company? Collar and Elbow?
It says listen to Al Snow on the Steve Austin Show podcast. Click here, so maybe. I don't know. The Daphne shirt is pretty cool. It's her yelling, and it says Daphne in purple, Scream Queen. It has her 1975, 2021.
I want to order it.
$24.99.
I'm going to order it just to support the cause, but I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't see many matches of hers.
You were checked out at the time.
Yeah.
I've seen her more so in WCW. She had a good TNA run. All proceeds do go to the CTE Foundation.
It is Al Snow's company. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, all proceeds. Yeah. That's excellent. But yeah, so Daphne was more of a personality than a wrestler for a lot of. She was a manager, and she was almost WCW's answer to Lita, where she was the manager that would get involved.
Okay.
Or they used to call female managers valets back in the day.
Like Selena Vega.
Selena Vega, much like her. Yeah. And then her big thing was the scream. She would always do
she was crazy, you know, and she was what was I forget his name?
David Flair.
David Flair was dating Stacy Keibler, you know, the son of Ric Flair, dating a hot blonde, and then he was cheating on her with
Daphne.
And she was crazy, and she made him go crazy.
Yeah, this is all an angle. Yeah.
Yes, and then he was so crazy, he started teaming up with Crowbar, and they're all crazy together.
Crowbar, who was
AEW
AEW Dark Elevation.
I like this whole story.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
Yeah, she started it as a like a crazed fan.
Yeah,
and then he just kind of went with her, because David Flair went nuts too.
Yeah,
I like it.
And then
David Flair and Crowbar were the WCW Tag Team Champions for a little bit.
Yeah. David Flair, not quite as good a wrestler.
Millie says, "Hey guys, at work right now, so I can't say much." Well, listen, I appreciate that, Millie, letting us know you're here. That does mean a lot. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, David Flair was not quite the wrestler his
like, you know how you get some things from your mom and dad.
Well, he
must have got everything from his mom.
He had a lot of demons too, right?
No,
that was Reed. That was the one who passed away.
Yeah.
David was. I don't think he ever had the passion for it.
Yeah.
Apparently, he always wanted to be a state trooper.
Oh.
Well, here's the thing too. Like,
you don't always have to follow.
If your dad's like Michael Jordan, I wouldn't fucking look at a basketball.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's son. I don't even think he cracked the NBA. He went to the University of Illinois. But...
I wouldn't even fucking pick up a basketball because you're never gonna live up to that.
Yeah, but I mean, unless you really like it. But a lot of times the kids don't do as good.
He didn't really.
I mean, Charlotte's one of the exceptions.
I grew up. My dad is a firefighter, and everyone's like, "You're gonna be next, kid." And then you grow up, and you're like, "I guess I'm gonna be next." And then you finally get to do it, and you're like, you jump in, and you're like, "It's not for me."
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people it isn't. So, I mean, some of it is like, you know, Bruno's son.
I think
to wrestle, but
David was not good.
Not good at all. And there's David that wasn't good.
Yeah,
but it's just like David Flair. Like, wow, he didn't get any of his dad at all. And all went to Charlotte.
Just wasn't his passion.
Yeah, and I mean, but I mean, sometimes it's not your passion, but even if you want to like it, you're not good at it.
Yeah. It's got to be a big weight though, having your shoulders though. Like,
son of Ric
if
Flair.
You're not fully into it, and then also you're fucking the son of Ric Flair. Yeah.
But then when you're the daughter of Ric Flair and you're great,
and she didn't want to do it, and just
and then she
brother,
fell in love with it.
Was Reed.
Yeah.
So also appearing, Jaden Vallow, who I think was previously the Sanctuary lot, is coming back. Gordy Palco and Skylar Kincaid will be there.
Okay, cool.
Seymour Green will be there. And of course, the Flatmates will be there.
Yes. AJ Evers and Trajan Horn.
Love it.
Endlessly entertaining. Endlessly entertaining, the Flatmates.
So fucking good.
Another big thing this weekend, a little farther away from here. GCW has probably their biggest show ever on Saturday. With the big main event of Jon Moxley against Nick Gage for Jon Moxley.
Is this the one in Atlantic City?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Jon Moxley's defender.
Our boy Chris will probably be on that card.
He'll probably be reffing Mox against Gage, I would imagine.
I hope he doesn't cut his arm again.
That was at WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, I think that was for GCW. I think I'm pretty sure.
That's when Moxley ran in, right?
Yes.
At the very end.
Yeah. Because Bloodsport was where Moxley. That was where Banko's got his nose broken.
Yeah. No, not Banko. It's Gall.
Oh, Gall.
Adam Gall.
Yeah. I thought it was Bankos or something. Yeah, Adam Galt, and the Josh Barnett went to swing at Moxley, and he caught Galt, and he broke his nose.
If you're gonna get if you're gonna get your nose broke, that's a cool way to do it.
Yeah, what a story.
It's a cool way to do it.
And so yeah, that's going to be for the GCW title.
Now here, does Matt Cardona make an appearance in that match?
Oh
no.
I think something else going
I think he said he's done with the death scene.
He said he was retiring from deathmatch wrestling. But hang on.
Once the match is over, the death match is over.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, the WrestleMania weekend was when Moxley attacked Gage, because that was where Gage won the GCW title back.
Yes,
from Ricky Shane Page, and then after the match, Moxley attacked him, and then they made it look like Moxley was attacking him again. That was when it was Cardona.
Yeah.
Cardona won the title, but he lost it to Moxley, and now Moxley
I think there was a lot of steam left in that title run yet.
Who do you think?
And he had that custom belt made.
Who do you think the
GCW universe
shocking person to show up at GCW, who's possibly something you see on AEW or something like that, who just like under a hood you think it's going to be Cardona, and it's
I don't know, because really only Matt Cardona was the only person they did like that.
I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know why I would say Jericho, but would Jericho make an appearance?
Oh, does Jericho do something in the match? I don't know. Maybe
because I think he's had his fill of death match.
So I've been listening to a lot of like Renee and a lot of different podcast things, and a lot of really big names are like, dude, the coolest part about being in AEW is we're allowed to go work an indie show.
Yeah.
And like names like Punk, names like Daniel Bryan, names like Adam Cole are like, we fucking missed the indies.
Yeah.
And they want to go do it.
Yeah.
Well, I know the Sunday show, because they're doing a show on Sunday. There's a lot of talk that Fandango is probably going to be on there.
Yeah.
But the big one is going to be on Monday. You have Moxley and Gage, Alex Zane, fresh from his
What if you're at an
run.
indie show and just fucking Daniel Bryan walks out?
What? I don't know who that is. I would be excited if Bryan Danielson walks out.
Bryan Danielson walks out. Like that show where it was supposed to be fucking Kingston. Eddie Kingston was supposed to wrestle and he couldn't make it. So they're like, yo, the main event scrapped. Eddie Kingston couldn't make it. So the guy goes out, cuts a promo, and goes, Kingston's afraid of me. He won't be here. And fucking John Moxley took Kingston's place.
I didn't hear about this.
And just showed up at a small little indie show.
That's awesome. Yeah. I would do that. Like if I was like huge, right? And I was like,
dude, fucking pro wrestling is so cool right now.
Could just go, like, because if you're John Moxley and you show up at random indie, can I get a match? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So like, how cool would that be?
I know he's been working a lot with Sammy Callahan's company too, with their friends.
Yeah.
Their tag team. Alex Zane was a guy who was in NXT for a little bit, then got in that big round of cuts. He's going to be on the show against Ninja Mac. Bunch of different Effie and Matt Cardona, because after the
internet title.
Yeah, Effie is the reigning internet champion. Effie beat Cardona for the internet title.
Is this at GCW?
This is going to be in the same show.
Nice.
It is Effie putting the internet title on the line against Matt Cardona's GCW career.
Oh.
So either Cardona gets his title back or he's gone from GCW forever. And what else do we have here? We have Chris Dickinson and Starboy Charlie against Joey Janela and Marco Stunt. Stunt's return to GCW. Shane Mercer against somebody we know quite well, Yoya.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be on this show.
Yoya will also be, I believe, I'm just going to double check here so I don't look like an idiot, but I believe Yoya is going to be on Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 7 as well.
I know Masha. Masha will be
Marina Shafir
against Marina Shafir.
When is Bloodsport 7?
It's coming up very soon.
It's in LA, yeah.
October 22nd.
Do they do multiple ones a year?
Yeah,
I thought they only did for WrestleMania.
Suzuki's going to be in Bloodsport.
They've done cool. They do them like every few months.
I know Suzuki Moxley was the one match, and Suzuki versus
Killer Kelly's going to be there.
Probably not. Killer Kelly has an injury, and she says she's bailing out of all of her bookings for the rest of the year.
That sucks.
She had an issue with her nose. I think it's the thing Regal had where she can't breathe through her nose, right?
Oh my god!
Dude, if you go on Bloodsport, if you go on Josh Barnett's Bloodsport right now, right? So October 2nd, they post a poster of Barnett doing the fucking throat cut, and the very next post for Bloodsport 7, like as if she's the co-headliner, is and this also has Suzuki on it, is Masha.
Yeah, Masha and
Masha has her own like graphic. Dude, I'm fucking so happy for her.
I think this is her debut. Barnett. Oh no, this is
she wrestled what, Alley Cat last time?
She may have. I didn't know Masha did Bloodsport.
She did Bloodsport 6. It was her, Janai, and Yoya were all the people we and yeah. I believe she wrestled Alley Cat. Or fought Alley Cat, not wrestled. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for the card. I think the only thing that's the only match they've announced so far was
her and Marina Shafir.
Marina
Shafir is part of the Ronda Rousey's 4 Horsemen.
Yeah.
And she was
Roddy's wife.
Yeah.
And also, Josh Barnett will be competing. He'll be
yeah,
fighting.
he fought Suzuki. That was Suzuki.
Yeah, he's fought Suzuki. He fought Davey Boy, I think. The one Moxley.
Yeah.
And Suzuki's announced and Josh Barnett, but no opponents. So
Yeah,
I don't think they'll be fighting each other.
well,
maybe.
yeah. Suzuki actually won the main event of the original Bloodsport before it was Josh Barnett.
What if you get Bryan Danielson on that show?
Oh, he would do Bloodsport.
Yeah.
The original one was Matt Riddle's Bloodsport.
the indies like not even indie, pro wrestling right now is so fucking fun. It's so fun. If I'm not telling you, I'm not trying to shit on WWE, but if you're only locked into WWE right now, you are missing out on a fucking ton of wrestling that you should. You're only hurting yourself.
Well, we might as well pivot to WWE a little bit here. Oh no, they did have some other. They do have another match here. October 21st. So 2 weeks from tomorrow is Bloodsport 7, and then the next night
is 22nd on here.
October 22nd. Sorry.
Yeah,
October 22nd, and then October 23rd is going to be War Ready, which is where you're going to have Minoru Suzuki against Nick Gage.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's what it's like a train wreck. What's gonna happen?
But, the one Joey Janela Spring Break, and apparently this was his favorite wrestler before he got into wrestling. Nick Gage wrestled Otani.
Really? Oh wow.
Sure, Otani. Yeah, you have Masha against Marina Shafir, and they've also announced Eric Hammer against Bad Dude Tito.
Tyler in the chat, Tyler from All the As Wrestling says, "You guys going to dig into the WWE draft? They really screwed SmackDown in my opinion."
That's where I was headed. Right
I was
now.
gonna say the draft doesn't matter.
Well, it doesn't take effect until after Crown Jewel,
which is stupid.
Yeah, which is going to be it takes effect that SmackDown the same.
So why not start it on that SmackDown?
You would think
because WWE.
They're trying to pop it.
WWE got a WWE.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
So just to run through who is going to be on Raw, because Raw did get beefed up here. I think they're starting
which
to feel
is weird because like they're all go for SmackDown on Fox. You know, that's the big thing.
But apparently USA is not happy with the ratings, and
can't blame them.
They're feeling that heat of AEW is basically neck and neck with them, like a dead heat 18-49, which is what advertisers care about.
Book a better show.
Yeah.
And it's
not the talent.
They actually are giving credit to things like Total Bellas and Total Divas for keeping WWE even where they're at now. Because if you look at the men 18-49, AEW is ahead by a lot. By a lot. Like AEW's audience is about 68% male. I think I read somewhere something like that, like close to 70%. WWE is close to 50-50. Like,
oh wow,
those Total Divas, Total Bella shows brought a lot of women to the audience.
That's something, because you think like I watch a reality show, wouldn't necessarily watch them wrestle, especially because they don't like the Bellas not wrestling anymore.
Right.
So I know the big talk. Yaz is sitting there. Yaz said too, and I would agree that they
beefed up Raw.
They beefed up Raw and they ruined SmackDown. But like, I also still think there's tons of potential on SmackDown.
They're putting a lot of faith in Roman Reigns.
The problem is you have to book these people to be.
That's the problem.
Good.
You got to build some stars.
WWE has enough talent if they use it right for 5 shows.
Yeah.
They don't use it right.
And they could cycle through all the guys, even with everyone they released.
So you have the list in front of you of SmackDown?
Yeah. So we'll start with SmackDown because they did lose some bigger names. You have for the men's division, you have Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, who have been a tag team fixture on Raw lately.
Fun to watch as a tag team, but Angel Garza is someone that you can build.
Angel Garza is a guy I would, as they say, strap the rocket to.
I would not have him in a tag team.
He is a star. He can be a top. You would have to build him up a little bit, but he could be a top level.
Yeah, I'd give him a hot chick manager and then have him go out there and be Mexican Ric Flair.
If Zelina Vega is still going to be a manager,
smash with Eddie Guerrero.
If Zelina Vega is still going to be a manager,
there you go.
That's your pairing there. But yeah, he's with Carrillo right now. They are legitimately cousins, and they are a babyface tag team, heel tag team. I have no idea. Hit Row coming up.
I like what's his name's look now more than I did before when he wore like when he wore the Power Ranger gear.
Yeah.
Or that Power Ranger vest thing he used to do, and his hair was long and looked like it's more clean cut.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it means in Spanish. I know it's going to be something. The Dalagas thing it looks like it says Dale Gas. It looks like his name was Dale Gas.
Sounds like a NASCAR guy.
This next name on the list, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched SmackDown a little bit, so I'm not 100%.
Shanky?
I'm not 100% sure who this is.
Ashante the Adonis?
Yeah.
He's from NXT. He's part of Hit Row.
Oh.
Yeah, all of Hit Row got called up. Shane Strickland is ready,
Isaiah Swerve Scott, is what he's
the rest probably not ready for the main roster yet, especially B-Fab.
Shane Strickland is a Sanctuary guy.
He did come through Sanctuary.
Wrestled Shane Strickland one time in a ladder match, yes.
Wow.
It was a multi-man.
Shane Strickland is very good.
Yeah.
And he's the kind of centerpiece Hit Row. Ashante the Adonis has been.
He was in CCW.
B-Fab, I think she's very new. She's the other girl.
She
there.
is should still be in the training center.
Yeah,
because
Very green.
if you watched NXT last week,
Yeah,
and you watched B-Fab versus this one girl, they're saying that might be the worst match all year.
it was very bad.
Yeah.
and she got called up.
Yes.
Well, the whole group did, and then
Yeah.
I forget the other guy's name. I'm going to find it here. It is
What's his money? Something with money.
Top Dollar.
Yeah, Top Dollar.
He is the big guy. Did you watch any of that show? It's like that Most Wanted Treasures, and they were going around looking for all the
No.
memorabilia. He was on the show.
Is he the guy with the beard?
Yeah, I think it's
The guy, he's like the one searching for stuff.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. He
I do know that then.
free agent, but currently on SmackDown, at least through Crown Jewel, Brock Lesnar, but he's officially not on any show.
Yeah, because it's Brock Lesnar.
Cesaro remains on SmackDown.
I mean, that's a guy you can build around.
You would think, but they don't do it.
Yeah,
And I don't know if you
but
put
he
him.
did wrestle Roman.
Yeah, he got a big
2
win
months
over
ago?
Rollins
Yeah.
at WrestleMania. He got the main event on the pay-per-view. Somebody I hope they would push, Drew Gulak. Tons
Yeah.
of talent.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Drew
Yeah.
Gulak got a push when Daniel Bryan was in his corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when Daniel Bryan was pushing for him
only
and
time
Gable to get
Vince
pushed.
was about him when he was doing that goofy PowerPoint presentation gimmick.
Yeah.
And he was just a gimmick.
But honestly, I like the powerful presentation because it was funny. But it was
after
like
a while it got over, but
Yeah.
like they wouldn't let him wrestle.
But I'm
So it's
sure
like,
it will help that he's going to be away from the 24/7.
yes, that is the
fuckery.
death knell. The
Yeah.
24/7 is like when you're right before getting fired.
Yeah.
You're in 24/7.
24/7 is entertaining when R-Truth has it. When
Uh,
anyone else has it, no one cares.
I would even say that.
I think it's run its course.
Let's say this: R-Truth is entertaining.
Oh yeah, very.
Yeah. That's why when he has a title, it's like, oh, okay, I'm
And now
interested.
it's just how. And right now, like the last month, it's just been what fun things can we have Reggie jump off?
Yeah.
And Drew McIntyre was the big name that goes from Raw to SmackDown.
Mhm.
Drew McIntyre probably looks like poised for a program with Roman Reigns. You would think.
Do you think they're going to eventually do the Drew McIntyre where he's the guy to beat Roman because they kind of feel like he got his chance ruined with COVID when he got the big push over Brock?
I don't know. It seems like he lost a lot of steam.
It did.
It felt like they were
really
going to
did.
turn him heel. Like when he was losing to Damian Priest and
That's what I
Sheamus, like
thought.
they're going to turn him heel.
He might turn. Well, no, because Roman's the big heel.
Unless they double
turn.
turn.
Yeah.
Like the idea with this whole Roman thing is he's eventually going to go babyface.
Yeah.
Maybe you do a double turn. No, I don't know who's going to take the title off of Roman, but I don't know if it's going to be Drew. I think Roman. I think Roman could be. I think he could have like a 2-year reign.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do that, especially because you got to beat Punk's reign, because you can't say longest reigning champion CM Punk right now. You know, so have Roman beat that, and then he loses. I don't know who he.
Do you still think we get Roman Rock?
You could. It depends what the Rock wants to wrestle.
Yeah, it depends if he wants to wrestle and what his schedule is. So it's probably up in the air.
Speaking of like 24/7 being purgatory, I thought the Viking Raiders were headed there because they were in the 24/7 spin
What
on
a
Raw.
shame that is.
But then they got drafted to SmackDown,
Yeah.
so they're away from all that goofiness.
I one of them posted, and I think they said on Twitter, it can't be worse.
Yeah.
And I agree, 100%.
And here we go. Here's some fun names: Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss.
Madcap. When's the last time you heard anyone say Madcap?
I had never. I'm still in the camp that I think Corbin is talented and can be done if he's done well.
The gimmick's fun.
Yeah.
Like I love the down on his luck thing, and now he's just like this. I have a lot of money.
I think he's decent in the ring. Like he's entertaining. Like he's not
He's
flashy.
entertaining.
He's not flashy, but he can get the job done as a wrestler.
He's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine, and he's fine.
He's your prototypical what WWE wants as a wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ex-football player.
Mhm.
So you also have Jeff Hardy going from Raw to SmackDown. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. They did split up the New Day again.
Do we get Jeff Hardy tease a new character?
Yeah, it seems like we might be getting Willow.
Yeah. Why not? Because Jeff Hardy, well, a little bit stale.
Yeah,
A little
'cause-
stale.
and
I mean,
they-
he's still over, but
They showed a mask and he looks like the IWGP title.
yeah.
Yeah, so we might get Willow,
Why not change it up a little bit?
which I think would help ratings because it's a character that people has wanted to see since the Broken Days.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people did not like Willow in TNA.
Yeah.
Before the broken stuff, because it was not good.
Yeah.
So, but hey, why not change it up? It's not like Jeff Hardy's main event anyway. So
I mean, the next name here on the list, Rocket. Put a Rocket to his back.
Kofi?
No.
Oh, the Usos are the next name on the list I have here.
Skip those. They're tag team. They're already made.
Jinder.
Jinder Mahal, baby.
With Shanky.
Yes.
yes, not Veer. He stays on Raw.
I call them Shanky and not Shanky.
Yeah. Shanky needs a name change.
Shanky is on SmackDown with Jinder.
Jinder's going for that second title run.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna beat Roman.
Nope. And yeah, 2 heels. Nope.
Yeah.
I think he's his world title time is done.
It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another big name on the list here that you can push to the moon, but
Mace.
No, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh,
You could.
my list is different than your list.
I'm looking at the one that was in the
Mine's
chat.
in alphabetical. Mace,
okay.
formerly of Mace and T-Bar. They broke them up. Mace is going to SmackDown.
Which one's Mace?
The black guy
Dio Madden.
With the long dreads.
Yes.
Yeah.
He looks cool.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can really wrestle because I never really seen him.
He was another guy. He was a football player. That came over. They made him an announcer.
Out
so
of all the people in that group, I thought he looked coolest.
he did. The best
I
wrestler
did
was
not
probably Dijak.
Yeah, I don't know
Dijak's
his mask. Yeah, Dijak. They should immediately change his name when they draft him. He should be Dominic Dijak or
Bring it back.
Dijakovic or whatever, and then start over.
Yep.
And act like none of the retribution bullshit ever happened.
Then you have Mansoor and Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali can make a. I mean,
Mustafa Ali's good.
not as a champion probably, but I mean, that's the problem.
Intercontinental. What bell is even on SmackDown?
Intercontinental.
Okay.
This is where it annoys me with WWE.
Well, Mansoor's about to get a big win.
If you're
Crown
not,
Jewel.
if
Oh,
you're not
yeah, that's
the-
right. The annual Mansoor win.
He's going to be like 6 people by himself.
Yeah, if you're not a big guy in WWE, you'll never be a world champion. So
Yes.
a guy like Ali will never do it,
No.
which is a shame because I think he's talented enough to be a champion.
It's funny because he was going to get a shot probably at Danielson
Mhm.
before he got hurt, and then Kofi got it.
Yep.
And then you have I didn't realize that.
What?
Reginald's on SmackDown? Reggie's on SmackDown? They moved the 24/7 thing to SmackDown?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Should we move to the garbage cans?
Our truth's on Raw, though. I have a feeling it's going to wind up going back to Raw.
Yeah.
Ricochet. Maybe this is... No, he's probably not going to get pushed, but
Ricochet's
have people-
24/7.
yeah.
Hey, he's not far, which is a shame.
And then you have Ridge Holland. I think Vince is going to fall in love with him. I think Ridge Holland's going to do just fine up there.
Gio says the Viking Raiders versus the Bloodline and Brock. I don't think they would put Brock with the Bloodline.
Yeah,
I think visually they look cool together, but I don't think they would.
I think Brock's going away after Crown Jewel. I think this is he's getting that Saudi money and jet.
Chop up some meat.
Yeah. And then Roman Reigns, of course, stays on SmackDown. Sami Zayn stays on SmackDown.
Another guy you can push.
Sheamus goes from Raw to SmackDown.
Another guy you could push.
Nakamura and Rick Boogs stay on SmackDown. And then in the women's division, some of these aren't right. Like Becky Lynch got drafted to Raw, and Becky Lynch is on this list. I think Reggie.
I'll go through who I have for women.
Mhm.
I have Aaliyah.
Yes.
I have
She's really NXT.
Charlotte.
I thought
Flair.
she was released.
No.
She's one of those. She's like a Liv
Charlotte's-
Morgan, where she was like one of the young girls that got drafted, and they have faith in her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's not terrible. I think with work she'll be fine.
Wasn't she in NXT for like 5
She
years?
was doing well, and then she got her nose kicked off her face by Xia Li.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
it seemed like a lot of her confidence went with her with that injury.
I have the list here. I think they just have some people that have like titles that would be on SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Aaliyah coming up from SmackDown. Charlotte Flair, the Raw Women's Champion, drafted to SmackDown. Naomi stays on SmackDown. Natalia goes to SmackDown, but Nia Jax does not, or Tamina does not. Nikki ASH is going to be on Raw, but the Raw.
So the last two
women's
tag teams they were actually using, they just split. So the entire tag team.
The only women's tag team right now on Raw or SmackDown is Rhea Ripley and Nikki ASH.
Who were surprised that they both got drafted, even though they're the tag
were
team
drafted together.
champions.
They were drafted as a unit.
But immediately before that, the Viking Raiders were drafted as a tag team to SmackDown, and no one batted an eye.
Rhea Ripley got drafted to
Made
Raw.
no sense.
Yeah. They're Rhea Ripley's Raw. Natalia SmackDown. Sasha Banks. Shayna Baszler comes from Raw to SmackDown.
Yeah.
They seem like they're finally pushing her.
Shotzi.
Yeah, good.
Shotzi, Tony Storm.
Who just got released from her partner,
Yeah.
Shotzi.
That's okay. That was
And,
a makeshift team.
Yeah, and Xia Li.
Yeah, I don't know if she's ready for the big time.
She's good, but she listen.
She's a little reckless.
She hurts people.
Yeah,
They're probably
that's
gonna-
not good.
They're probably going to push her to the moon. They want a Chinese superstar.
Yeah, they do.
It was like how Jinder got pushed because they wanted to break into India. They're going to push her because they're trying to make China a big deal.
I believe what's her name too is looking at a possible heel turn in NXT. Ember Moon. I guess she did this whole.
I think Ember Moon's looking at unemployment.
Yeah, that's what I think. She's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see her again on WWE unless she was on NXT this week.
She was. She
Yeah.
lost to Mandy Rose.
Oh yeah, she's out the door.
And then I guess she put a tweet out like saying she's sick of it. She's angry. She's mean. You're gonna see a new side of her. So like that, the rumor is you're gonna
Wow.
get a heel turn the Ember
Do
Moon.
you remember when who was it that posted and then they got
sorry.
fired like the next week? I forget who that was.
I think.
Aleister Black.
Oh yeah, I think when it seems like that they're going to do that spring cleaning thing around WrestleMania. I think that's when the Ember's gone.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't mind seeing her on the indie scene.
Yeah,
no,
me either.
she'll do great. She's a good, very good wrestler. Very, very good
Yeah,
wrestler.
I think she'll do very well.
And then over on Raw, you have AJ Styles and Amos staying put. Akira Tozawa staying put. The Street Profits jump over. We reading something here?
I believe Sheamus will turn face at some point and face
Probably.
Roman as a reward for being the best guy in Raw in the past year. Yeah, Sheamus been doing well.
You get a gold watch.
I don't know. Sheamus, when he comes on, I hate that tune-out factor.
Really?
Not that he's bad. It's just like
I might think maybe the bar gets back together.
oh yeah, I see that.
It'd
be fun.
And they're not doing anything.
Yeah, that was probably the best. Besides his quick glimpse of the title, but that was probably the best they've ever used. Cesaro was the bar.
The bar was a lot of fun.
Probably, yeah.
Well, they were multiple-time tag team champions.
I wasn't the Intercontinental champ for a hot minute, or United States champ.
Yeah, because I thought they were going to bring back the European title.
Yeah.
It could have been the very European champion.
Been awesome.
Yeah.
So Tozawa stays put. The Street Profits come to Raw. Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz come to Raw.
I didn't think who that was for a second.
Wuhan Nation. Austin Theory comes up from NXT to Raw.
Good for him.
The Dirty Dogs, Big Bob Roode and Dolph Ziggler come to Raw. Big E stays on Raw. He's a champion. Bobby Lashley and the rest of the Hurt Business stay on Raw, and they're back together.
And no more New Day. They're not.
Well, the New Day's just split up.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, I said they were. I think people were enjoying them back together. And
They were.
Like, bye.
Well, the Hurt Business should have never been broken up to begin with.
I agree.
Yeah. Alpha Academy comes to Raw. Gable and Otis.
Oh, okay. Otis, you know them releases when they come. There you go.
Yeah.
Gable and Otis.
Otis. I don't know about
if Gable's gone because he's gonna say, "Nah, I'm not resigning."
Yeah.
He would be a much better fit in AEW.
Yes. There's a guy that wants to wrestle.
Damian Priest.
He'd be a good ROH fit.
If you have the choice to work AEW for what you're going to AEW.
I'm just saying the style of wrestling they do, he would do really well there.
New Japan, he would do very well.
Yeah.
Anywhere they emphasize wrestling, he would do well anywhere but WWE.
Yeah.
That's very
anywhere
true.
but WWE. Chad Gable's the main eventer.
Same with Drew Gulak.
Yes.
Also,
real quick, do you think, and I know this is probably like the worst thing to say because I know we have a lot of people who were affected by this guy, but do you think like if he goes back on the indie scene, he'll have a black eye on his name because of his brother?
No.
Drew?
No. Because he didn't do nothing. So
no.
That's good. Because you know how some people sometimes are like guilty by association.
Yeah, but that's like you can't control what your brother does.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree.
I think people.
Yeah.
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. Or he could maybe go to AEW and do something with Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
For old time's sake. So you also have Damian Priest staying on Raw, the U.S. champion. The Mysterios come to Raw. Drake Maverick stays. Edge goes to Raw. Finn Balor goes to Raw. Gable Stevenson, the Olympic gold medalist, drafted.
Has he wrestled yet?
He has not.
Oh, okay.
He literally just won the.
So that's like a real draft pick.
Yeah, he literally just won the Olympic gold medal like 3 months ago. And
so they're gonna make him the next.
They're really hoping for a Kurt Angle point.
Yeah, they want Kurt Angle. Look,
hey, hopefully he's good. Yeah, can't say nothing. He didn't wrestle yet.
Kurt, and yeah, maybe he'll be good, but Kurt Angle.
Yeah, that's a once in a lifetime.
That's a once in a like they say with Tanahashi, once in 100 years.
Yeah,
you have somebody that's that good that quick.
That you pluck someone that doesn't know anything about wrestling, they learn it like that.
In the overall grand scheme,
it was Kurt and Ronda, and that's it.
Yeah, in the overall grand scheme, when you look at like the greats of all time, how high up on the list is Kurt Angle for used to?
He's fairly high.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
longevity.
Yeah,
is the thing there. Like, because I mean, he spent a lot of time in Impact, and was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But that nobody was ever that good that quick.
Yeah.
Nobody 2 years into the business was a world champion and the best guy in wrestling.
And that deserved to be world champion.
Yeah.
You know? So like I don't know if you put Kurt Angle in your top 10 of maybe. I don't know.
Guys, the AEW can't sign everybody. At some point, Tony Khan's daddy's money's got to run out.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Actually, he can buy and sell Vince 3 times over.
Yeah.
His money won't run out, but they do have to start releasing a couple people.
And they've been profitable.
Yes.
Very profitable.
Yeah.
Yeah, their valuation is what, $400 million?
They do have to cut some, but they can't sign everybody, but they haven't signed everybody.
And it's also, and Chad Gable's also not going to make $6 million a year. He's not.
Yes, he ain't paying Chad
He's
Gable.
not getting CM Punk money.
Yeah.
He's not getting Danielson money.
Yeah.
Honestly,
he's not getting Adam Cole money.
I'm going to be honest. Bobby Fish is a surprising sign for me. Like, I'm happy for him.
He's a good hand.
Yeah.
But I'm shocked they brought him.
I didn't think they'd sign him, but maybe.
And we also don't know how, like, especially like these guys that are on like your Daniel Garcia's, Wheeler Yuta's. I doubt they're making crazy money.
Yeah.
No,
and they might not even be getting the money. Say,
they might be getting like,
we're gonna sign you for a year, and then we'll see what happens. You know,
and you get
which
like,
is fine.
And it's probably like a WWE deal where you get like these downsides. We'll pay you for each shot, but there's a downside of like, you know, you at minimum you might get. I don't know. I don't even want to put a number
Let's
out
just
there.
say $75,000.
Yeah,
which isn't
and I'm sure
incredible amount. It's
and
good money, you know.
the fact
but-
these guys can go work, these guys and girls can go work indies and do all
Yeah.
other stuff.
and you
too.
could like Adam Cole can run his Twitch and make money that way. And
Oh, fuck. I hope that's on the list.
yeah,
Something to talk about.
Yeah, I can bring it up here. Just running through real quick. Goldberg stays on Raw.
Yay.
Jackson
Who
Riker,
cares?
John Morrison, Karrion Cross, Keith Bearcat Lee.
Maybe this will get him a push.
I think he's better as a monster heel than as whatever.
I will
he
say
was
this.
If
before.
only Adam Cole was his manager.
When people, when people figured out that the Bearcat was a tribute to Bearcat Wright,
Yeah,
I started sharing our episode
Mhm.
to like every time people were
did
like
you get some traction?
it did. It got
Oh,
a little bit
cool.
of traction. People listened to it.
There we
Yeah.
go. I wonder if Keith Lee was even a fan of him. What if he's like, I don't know that guy.
Yeah.
He's before everybody's time. He was around in the 60s.
I mean, but you know how some people know.
Yeah, if
people
you're a
like-
historian of the business, like, you know, he legitimately can state that claim that he was the first Black World Champion.
Yep.
You also have The Miz staying on Raw once he's back from Dancing with the Stars. Kevin Owens goes to Raw until he leaves in a few
Yeah.
months.
Miz turned on Morrison, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Morrison's a babyface.
Yeah, Kevin Owens is got a job for about 2 months, maybe 3.
R-Truth stays on Raw. Reggie is on Raw. Reginald did go to Raw. Randy Orton and Riddle still on Raw. Seth Rollins goes to Raw. T-Bar stays on Raw. The former Dominic Dijakovic.
Yeah.
And not Shanky on Raw. Veer, the big one.
Get that
Chio
guy.
says a lot of AEW guys have short-term contracts.
Yeah, which is probably for the best. I mean, and especially now that like
Mhm.
when AEW started, they couldn't sign who they wanted, so they kind of signed people that, not to be rude, were place fillers.
Yeah.
And now they don't need them anymore.
Like, I don't
And-
think Sonny Kiss is going to be sticking around.
Yeah, I don't think Joey Janela or what's his name, the librarians either.
Peter Avalon, look
Yeah,
at the base.
nothing against
But the
them.
good thing that AEW has done for them is now they have a little more
Raise their
traction
stock.
when
Yeah.
they go to the
Oh, yeah,
indies.
when they hit the Indies, they're going to be able to charge.
I mean,
a lot
Sonny
more.
just had a really good, I guess, outing at what was it, Pro Wrestling Magic?
No idea.
Well, the one that Pete just did commentary for.
I
Sonny
think
won the title there.
Oh, okay. I think that's Pro Wrestling Magic.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, so like, I don't think they're AEW over release people. They're just contract.
Yeah,
members.
they think just let their contract.
And that's fine.
And-
Hey,
and
you
there's
were
probably
there
the-
for 3 years.
And
That's
there's probably
awesome.
opportunities for those people to still come and work dark and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of them aren't old. Like,
No,
Sonny Kiss is probably what, in his 20s or
Yeah, mid 20s.
20s. I don't know what pronouns.
I
there.
I don't think.
both.
I think they're
Jim Ross said.
yeah, they're fluid with their
Yeah,
pronouns.
right.
Yeah. So some people will be just fine.
Yeah.
But you know, like
It's not a huge knock. Like
when you're getting
Yeah.
Aleister Black and CM Punk.
Yeah.
yeah, if I'm
and
the
Danielson-
librarian and Sonny
Yeah.
Kiss and Joey Janela, and I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, you got like, I'm not upset those guys are there,
I mean, I would be,
Janela,
and he's doing his own thing. On
yeah, he might stick around. I think just because
I mean,
he's probably not making a ton of money. They might like, hey,
I mean, you would stick
can
around if
stay,
you
but-
could, but I mean, like if they let him go.
Yeah,
that's
you
what
might be like, you can stay on a pay cut. It might be one of those things.
Yeah. But I mean, like if you're not being used and you haven't been on Dynamite, you can kind of see the writings on the wall, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's not a surprise.
Yeah, I just think if
Like if Peter Avalon doesn't get re-signed, will anyone be shocked?
No.
yeah.
No.
Tyler says no matter how much Tony loves AEW, his dad's passion is the NFL, also a soccer program.
And
Fulham, yeah.
making car parts.
Yeah.
Well, that's how he made all his money. Yeah.
The Jaguars are a disaster, and AEW continue to sign big names, but they can't sign every mid card talent.
Well, you can't book football.
Yeah.
All you can do is hire players.
And
Listen,
there's
I think-
the football has a salary cap, so they know what they're making.
I think
and
Bobby Fish is
things
a
like that, yeah.
really weird, not a weird, but a really strong indication that if they feel you are somewhat value to the locker room or their talent, or
Mhm.
you may not be a world champion, but if they feel you
Not
can be a
every-
good hand or you can be someone backstage that can be helpful,
Yeah.
they will hire you.
Not everyone could be world champion.
Big Show and Mark
Mm-hmm.
Henry are not signed because they're going to use them as amazing talent.
Yes.
They're backstage help.
Yeah.
Maybe not one of them, but
Yeah.
we'll get there. Yeah.
And so just on the women's side of things for Raw, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, Carmella, Charlotte
Forgot about
Flair.
Carmella.
Or no, Charlotte is SmackDown.
Yeah.
Dana Brooke, Doudrop, Mia Yim, Nikki ASH, Nia Jax, Rhea Ripley, Tamina, Tegan Knox, or I think she's just Knox now,
Yeah.
and Zelina Vega.
Seems
Two-
like they really load up the women on the Raw side.
Two big names were not drafted. I think they might have the SmackDown, both of them, and that would be Asuka and Bailey.
Where has Asuka been?
I think she's hurt. I
Yeah.
think they're both
Yeah.
injured.
They're both
I
injured.
know Bailey's injured. Yeah. So yeah, I would send them both to the SmackDown.
Mhm.
And so yeah, that's the draft. And then the other big news, big signing.
How long before? Nothing wrong. But how long before The first person that, whoa, he's on Raw. What's he doing?
The cross-brand initiative.
How long does that happen?
November.
I say two weeks after after the draft takes
November
place.
Sweeps. You want to pop a rating? It's going to be November.
Okay, then yeah.
And Survivor Series. Oh, it's the war for brand supremacy.
Which is like, who cares? You just fucking draft it. Like, why would you have any loyalty?
Or when they add the wild card rule. When SmackDown goes, we have nobody, fuckers.
Yeah.
Wild card rule
Fox
is the guy.
gets pissy because the rating
two
got bad.
people each week can come over. Oh, that was so dumb.
Yeah.
So then also we have big news. We've brought up Tessa Blanchard a lot, where she may wind up. She has made a signing.
Yeah.
Tessa Blanchard and AJ Mendez.
Did not cut her hair either.
Former AJ Lee.
No.
It was pulled up.
Have both agreed to be part of the relaunched Women of Wrestling. Wow.
It is the dude that owned Glow.
Yeah, started Glow.
Yeah,
yeah,
started Glow.
They, yeah, I think he just started it. The guy who owned it was the guy who owned the Riviera.
Oh,
in
yeah, that's the
Vegas.
guy, yeah.
But he was the guy. He created Glow. And WoW, when it came out in 2001, right after WCW closed, was basically Glow version 2.
Yeah. Well, let's see how the locker room responds to Tessa. Let's see how the community responds to Tessa.
Maybe she'll be good, but I think she signed there because that's the
only place it'll have her.
Well, yes.
And they also announced it's going to be syndicated. It's not going to be like on a certain channel all across the country. It's going to be on Pluto. The old ones are going to be on Pluto TV and a few other places, but it's being syndicated by Viacom CBS. It's probably going to be on a lot of Viacom stations. It's going to be on a lot of Sinclair stations, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because Sinclair owns Ring of Honor. And around here, I'm going to guess it might be on WYOU because I think that is a Sinclair station.
Oh, yes.
So it's probably going to be on CBS here. So yeah, AJ Mendez, AJ Brooks, I guess. CM Punk's wife.
AJ Punk.
AJ Punk. She will be a color commentator. I think she's done wrestling. Punk says she has a bad neck. But she's going to be the announcer or one of the announcers. Tessa will be there. She was in WoW before. WoW was on Sinclair until Access until Anthem bought Access and then kicked everything off but Impact.
Yeah,
like that's why New Japan got taken off. That's why WoW got taken off. And so they've said they have a licensing agreement that represents 70% of the TV markets in the U.S. So yeah, WoW will be starting up, it looks like, in the fall of 2022.
Yeah, and Women of Wrestling, in case.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll watch it. You know, I don't know if I'll watch it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be like...
If it's on Hulu or something, you know?
Like the wrestling from the original WoW was not great.
Yes, it wasn't.
It was...
They picked girls that weren't...
I keep saying,
they weren't wrestlers. They were stunt women or actors that wanted to... They
had a few wrestlers.
They had... Bambi and Peggy Lee Leather were the two wrestlers.
Yeah,
they trained all the other wrestlers.
There's a huge influx of very, very talented women on the northeast side of this country.
Well, that's the other thing. This is going to be out of California, I think.
Yeah.
The money person behind this, McLean, is the person going to be running it. The money person is Jeannie Buss.
What a name.
She is the daughter of Jerry Buss. And
also a name.
The late Jerry Buss, Dr. Jerry Buss, who she is also the owner of the LA Lakers. So they're going to be running out of LA most likely. And then we were talking about Twitch. Let's just jump over to that.
Twitch had a huge...
there's a data breach.
Yeah, it was 125 gigs or something.
135 gigs.
Yeah,
because a lot of streamers are starting to find out now you have more freedoms and you make more money streaming on YouTube. So a lot of big name people are jumping ship.
Yeah. Hey, how do you make money on Twitch? Do people subscribe? I don't know.
Yeah, you can run ads, but if you get big enough, it's what's called, I believe, a partner program where
and the people can tip you.
People can tip you. They give you things called bits, where you can basically people throw you. It's almost like they're tipping you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can do subscription things where I think it's like $4.99 a month.
So YouTube gives you subscriptions.
Yes.
Gives you tips. Gives you PayPal. Like people can PayPal you, and it also pays you for how many views you get on.
Oh wow! So why not just jump over to YouTube?
Yeah. Two of the biggest streamers just did.
Really?
Dr. Disrespect, the guy who wears the
he got banned from Twitch too.
Well, he got
no idea.
he wears black sunglasses, like a mullet, a big mustache, and he's super entertaining as a streamer. But he got banned from Twitch because he was offered a huge contract. Then they snatched him and that Ninja guy up, and then Ninja jumped.
Well, that was
Ninja went to Mixer,
which was Microsoft's thing.
And then instead of paying Dr. Disrespect what they owed him, they tried to just say like, you're banned, you're kicked, but they never said exactly why. So there's a whole legal lawsuit going on, and
okay.
it's starting to look like this Dr. Disrespect might be winning this lawsuit.
So he was disrespectful.
As the world
He was, and then
as the Twitch turn.
and then this guy named Tim the Tap Man, who's another big streamer.
That's from Home Improvement.
Yeah,
That was a
what
TV
is
show.
Tim
Yeah.
the Tit Man.
But
then I
he,
watched Tim the Tit
but
Man.
he just jumped from Twitch to YouTube, and he was another big
Oh.
streamer for them. So it may be interesting to see some of these wrestlers maybe jump over as well.
Yeah, hey, if you make
Well,
more
I
money,
think
why
the
not?
one that is probably making a lot
Pay.
more on YouTube and Twitch would be Xavier Woods, because he was at the low end of this. A data breach happened, and they found the annual payouts, like how much he's got. These people are getting a year through Twitch. Xavier Woods, $25,431.
Not
Colt-
bad for a side job where you're just
Yeah.
fucking around. You
Playing
know?
video games.
Think about that.
Colt Cabana, $32,479.
Wow.
There's no shot for us.
Colt's a funny guy. Yeah.
Evil Uno, a little over $35,000. But I think he's more regular with this. And he, when Among Us was really big, he would do like Among
Okay.
Us with the
It's
AW
like-
people.
I love video games. I don't get this at all. I am not paying to watch anyone play a video game.
Yeah.
Never.
Tyler Breeze, $43,000.
And he might not, but if you want to support this channel, you
Look,
can always
if somebody wants,
subscribe to Patreon.
if somebody wants to pay me $43,755 a year to play video games, I will come to your house and play video games.
our,
Yeah,
our
hey.
podcast.
Yeah.
We're technically streaming.
Yeah, whatever you want. I'll do Windows.
Send us your bits.
Well, I think paying for extra podcast is worth the money, but paying to watch someone play video games.
I think a lot of these streamers, like I watched Adam Cole and like Adam Cole and Tyler Breeze and all those
Mhm.
guys. Like I watched Up Down. They're genuinely entertaining to watch.
I still wouldn't pay money for it.
Yeah, I guess.
Impact Wrestling. They actually show Impact. They show their weekly show on Twitch. $69,140.
Wow.
Adam Cole. Now we're gonna get into the big bucks.
Baby.
Adam Cole.
What's his name? Chugs.
The Chugs.
Chugs. You know why he's called the Chugs?
I have no idea.
Because he has zero ability of chugging anything.
Oh.
So he tried to chug, I guess, a beer one
Yeah,
time
he couldn't do it.
and made a mess of himself,
Yeah.
and everyone made fun of him. So it's like a joke nickname.
Oh, okay.
$318,080.
Wow, what a nice side job.
Adam
Play video
Cole,
games.
baby.
That's awesome.
The guy is money.
Mm-hmm. And he's banging for bigger.
Love this guy.
Zelina Vega.
There you go.
At Thea Trinidad. 341,000.
She was also doing OnlyFans.
700. This is just from Twitch. $341,748.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we'll learn from this list is it pays to be a hot girl.
Yes.
Or Adam Cole.
No, it pays to be a hot girl. Wait till you see number one.
$300,000.
Wait till you see number one.
Yeah.
Number one is Paige at Soraya Official.
$500,000.
Close. $478,224.
Show out your boobs a little bit and play a video game, and you make that money.
Well, it's also the,
Think about it.
I'm in a group chat with somebody who does Twitch streaming, and they're not like huge like that.
Yeah.
He was saying like, well, we're asking like, well, what's Paige's stream like?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, she wears low cut tops and pushes subscription goals
Oh, really?
and barely plays games.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
really?
Yeah.
But at least she like.
Hey,
is she
Hey, if you
interesting?
have it, flaunt it.
Is
Look.
she interesting to like listen to?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I would
I'm gonna-
assume she
I don't
has
care.
to be a little bit.
Look,
for-
if all it is hey, give me money and I'm going to sit here in a low cut top, good for her.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you can make if I could make $478,000,
Brian, we're gonna cut that short a
Yeah.
little bit.
yeah.
their shirts
For
on
that kind of money, go do it.
Like-
I do it too.
Like a lot of people, like if you listen
more
to
power to her. Is
the
what I'm saying.
the inspiration podcast,
Mhm.
we'll say, 'cause not the Iconics anymore. Like they're generally entertaining to listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. So
I don't. Maybe Paige is like they always
Maybe
say.
she's funny. Who
Like
knows?
they always say to be successful on Twitch, unless you're like a celebrity, she has to build an audience too, which is a big part of this. You have to be either really, really entertaining or really, really good at the game,
yeah,
or both.
are hot.
I'll tell you what
Or-
too. A lot of independent wrestlers are also jumping on this Twitch thing and playing video. Matt Mikowski.
Mhm.
I don't know how great he's doing, but I mean, he has a pretty big following. He has a pretty nice following.
Speaking
on
of Matt Mikowski, just made his Ring of Honor debut as
Oh,
well.
wow, good for
I
him.
thought it was Impact.
Ring of Honor.
Was it Ring of Honor? I know Effie is also a game streamer, and so it's another platform to connect with your fans and maybe even make fans who aren't, because there's people who watch, like Adam Cole even said, there's people who watch his stream
Yeah.
who didn't even know he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of them people don't cross over though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, more power to them for all of
Yeah.
them. Adam Cole, Paige.
If you can do it, do it.
how do we tip Brian to show us those puppies?
Yeah.
Chio.
I got to start an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I'm getting off of this network.
ProjectHumanoid.com/OnlyFans.
There you go. So yeah, the other thing we wanted to bring up here was something that was on Busted Open Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know much about this, so you're going to educate me.
So Mark Henry and Bully Ray were talking about kind of.
They have a weekly show on Busted Open. They're not always on it. Is Bixen Span on that?
I don't think so.
What's the guy's? I forget. Anyway, it's a
LaGreca, right?
Yeah, Dave LaGreca. That's it. Yes, a weekly pro wrestling show.
Dave LaGreca just screams the whole time. Bully and Mark Henry and
They
Tommy Dreamer just talk about how
Yeah.
they hate the new stuff because they're not as tough as the old.
And Tommy Dreamer is not on there anymore.
Oh, since the Ric Flair thing got him booted, did they address it?
I think it might just be temporarily, but yeah, he's not on there.
Ooh,
for right now.
Yeah.
Wowzer. So what did Mark Henry and Bully Ray say?
So this is off of the Reddit post for it.
I have the thing.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. They're sick of hearing me talk. You do it.
Okay. So as I pull this up here, they were talking about basically how back in the day, guys would maybe take advantage of a guy or shoot on them to try and teach them a lesson, which is kind of
so they would
dumb.
bully and assault people.
Yes, they would take advantage of let's say a guy couldn't hit the ropes right. So when they'd hit the ropes wrong and come back, they would clothesline, but they would clothesline a little hard.
Yeah.
They want to take care of them. And it's like,
at what point are you assaulting somebody? So I listen to
kind of at that point.
So I listen because you're literally taking advantage of someone and you can hurt them. You know what I mean? And at that point, you're no longer doing theater. You're no longer doing work. You're no longer playing the game. You're taking liberties to hurt somebody.
Yeah, it's a vestigial thing, I think, from when wrestling was more of a closed group, and you like the part of wrestling schools back in the day was just going to beat the hell out of these people to see if they really want it.
Yeah, before we show them anything.
Yeah,
like they weren't smart at all. They didn't know how to do nothing. They just beat the fuck out of them, which I never subscribed to that because
I didn't get to finish the podcast yet. But Chris was just on Moran and Friends, and he opened up a lot and told a lot of really interesting stories, the history of Leapfrog and everything of how it all came about. But he told a story how Gulag's brother, I guess, wanted him to do a ref bump, and he wasn't comfortable with it, and he legit like beat the fuck out of him in the ring, like hurt him. He couldn't do bookings. He almost broke his ribs.
Wow.
And it was just like, and he was in locker rooms that bullied and harassed him because he's small and they thought they thought he could. It's like nobody wants that fucking experience.
No,
in a locker.
It's terrible.
Like it's like,
what is it? They'll make you a tough guy. You want to be a tough guy? Go do MMA. See how tough you are.
Yeah. See, yeah. You're the toughest guy.
And if you're tough, then you could.
And I'm not saying this as a term to be derogatory towards professional wrestling, but if you want to be the toughest guy in a fake locker room, go to an MMA gym.
Yeah. And then
go box. Go legit fight people, because everyone there is looking to do performance, is looking to do theater, they're looking to do kayfabe, and they're not trying to hurt the other guy.
Yeah.
So that when people do that, like that fucking infuriates me.
Yeah, it's just to prove how.
Like bring a real fucking guy in and fuck him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go be tough against Brock Lesnar.
So Bully and Mark Henry were condoning this.
Yeah, so they were on a thing called Master Class, a part of their show, right? And they go on a lengthy rant in which they defend the actions of people like JBL and Bully himself taking advantage of other wrestlers in the ring, beating them up for real for perceived lack of respect and other such bullshit. This guy writes. It really almost has to be heard to be believed. At one point, Bully even boasts about slapping one Law Resistance member as hard as he could across the face backstage after that wrestler complained about how rough Bully was in the ring with him.
I'm going to guess that was Rene Dupree.
Yeah, that was Rene Dupree.
Jackson said, cancel Brian. I guess because you're showing your boobs or something.
Oh, okay.
And then Mark Henry went on to say that any wrestler who goes to an agent or the office about abuse is quote unquote weak and doesn't deserve to be in the business, and goes on to call today's wrestlers soft ass entertainers, and that the business won't ever get back to the glory days or whatever until everyone stops being soft. So that's really something.
It won't go back to those. It won't go back to those glory days where guys like Chris Canyon get bullied and have mental health issues and kill himself.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. We want those days back.
I want the days back when people get drunk and then drive to the next town and wreck their car. Or
where guys can just
or kill someone possibly
physically and sexually assault people in locker rooms because it's funny,
right.
and make fun of their sexual orientation, and
you can kill your girlfriend in Allentown and get away with it. Because
we want those days back in wrestling.
That's all good,
Fuck that.
Nothing wrong with that. Doing drugs all the time like crazy, like I don't know, but that's that mentality. And Mark Henry is not that. Like he came up in what was it, 94 95, 96.
96.
Listen,
yeah. And he was like the Click would put feces in his food, and he got a lot.
And back then, like even then, it was still hard to be a black wrestler. So like I don't know why he's coming out like, yeah, you're soft and you shouldn't complain about abuse. Like abuse could be different for many
one
people.
of those things where people say like we're older generations and we fall into the trope because we're gonna eventually be the generation where sometimes people's mentality is, well, it sucked for me, it should suck for you too.
Yeah, and that's so dumb.
Yeah,
you don't learn. I tell people that like you want to teach somebody a lesson. There's the best lesson you can teach them. Don't book them.
Yeah,
then you'll be, if you're an asshole.
Well, listen,
if you're doing something wrong, you possibly don't know you're doing it wrong. Because if no one tells you you're doing it wrong, you don't know you're bumping wrong.
Yeah.
So if somebody punches you in the face because you bump wrong, you're still going to bump wrong because you think you're doing it right. So you didn't learn anything except that guy's an asshole.
You can still be the tough guy in your locker room or a tough trainer and a shooter and a little bit of a stretcher and stuff like that, but not fucking try to ruin people's days.
Yeah. Because I know some people can't handle themselves in a real fight situation, and they don't have to.
And how many stories have we heard recently on whether it be this podcast or others where someone's like, dude, I wanted to be a wrestler and I heard these horror stories where they just would be the fuck at it. And it's like I didn't want to do it. And then I went and found a great locker room and I'm glad I'm in the business.
Yeah.
Like think what you want about the guy, but Hulk Hogan is one of the biggest stars, maybe the biggest star in the history of wrestling.
And he got his arm broke.
Like he got his leg broke. On purpose by Hiro Matsuda. What if he's just like, fuck this, and never came back?
Yeah.
You don't have Hulk Hogan. Where is wrestling now?
So
how different is it now?
Probably walked away and said, I ain't doing it. And never came back. Or let's say they weren't abused, but they were not physically, but just treated, oh, that guy's an asshole, or you're just fat or whatever. And they said, I don't need this.
Yeah.
And they could have been Dusty Rhodes, but they were fat. And I'm not for abusing of any
That's kind of why
that's why Chikard isn't around anymore.
Yeah, but absolutely, yeah. But the thing that where I always say like, what if this guy, right? And that's why I like when sometimes wrestling go out of those tropes of like making people champions, maybe who you don't think should be a champion, and always go for the muscle bound and the big guy, like, you know what I mean? Because those people who have to work on a character maybe don't have the body or the size.
Yeah, and you don't need
work extra hard on those things, and we're the ones who got fucked with.
But I mean, there's even people that are in jacked shape that are disrespected.
Yeah, like we just said, Hogan got his legs.
Yeah, so it's like that doesn't teach anyone. I don't know that mindset. Like you don't learn anything. It doesn't make you a better wrestler. Doesn't make you a better promo. It doesn't help you at all.
Yeah, it's fucking sucky. It's
shitty. There's two different toughness. You could be a tough guy and beat people up, and you can also be a tough person because you're taking all these bums and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Mick Foley probably isn't gonna beat up anybody in real life, but he was really tough in all the moves that he took. Right. Yeah. It's like. Who cares if you're tough? That's great. And this isn't about being tough.
And there was always that mindset back in the day too. But somebody who always had a reputation for not being a tough guy backstage, Shawn Michaels, one of the best wrestlers to ever do it.
Yeah.
And like if Bill Watts if that whole thing where he got beat up by the three guys in Syracuse or whatever it was, if that would have happened under Bill Watts, he would have probably been fired.
Yeah, it would have fired him.
Like Bill Watts, if you lost a fight to a fan, you were gone.
Yeah, he said, if you get in a fight, don't lose. That was Bill Watts' thing.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, everyone thought
kayfabe was a little bit more
now it's
alive.
Like, now
exactly. It just seems like this busted open team, which is a shame because
they should know what just happened to Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, like Tommy Dreamer maybe should have been like Ric Flair just said that if I did it, I don't think I did, but I was on some drugs. I'm not ashamed of my past is what it is. I've owned up for my past. I'm not the person I am.
Yeah, not.
I mean, he still parties and stuff, but not like it's your fault that. If this happened, because that's just what he does on the regular.
You took the money. Well,
just like the worst fucking things you can, like, I don't know.
The worst things, like
out of touch.
That's even worse than getting beat up. I think getting sexually abused of some
You're
sort.
defending a guy who wouldn't even own it up. You know what I mean? Like who steered it better than you did.
And like Mark Henry, who's employed by AW, it's all about anti-bullying and inclusivity stuff. Yeah. Like you're gonna go on and say soft ass wrestlers don't belong in the ring and what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, that commentary table just got a little smaller.
Yeah.
Well, he was already off.
I mean, he's off. He was off anyway because he wasn't that good at it. But like they went to have like a backstage, what do they call that? An emissary,
like an interview person.
Yeah.
Because when I think Mark Henry, I think backstage interviews.
To go to like arenas and
like
stuff.
Ambassador.
Ambassador. Not an on-screen character.
Oh, like what a D-Lo would do, or he would go and watch and see talent.
He's not an agent so much.
Yeah.
More like you send him to a convention. I'm here to represent AEW.
Yeah. Now, could you imagine
what they used to do with Big Show on WWE?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you imagine Mark Henry is that guy in position? and he never comes out and says this fucking dumbass shit. I'm actually happy he did. Let's to be all completely honest, Mark, I'm happy you said what you said, because now when someone goes to you backstage and says, if you were in any role of authority or anything, and says, I'm being fucked with and it's bothering me and I'm having issues, and then you fucking laugh at him, yeah, I'm glad you're not in your position anymore.
Yeah, because he wouldn't handle it well.
These bigger companies now, you have a corporate structure, you have HR,
and that's not saying that people can't handle things, but like if people come for help for some point in time, they probably exhausted the options of what they would do to fucking go through it.
And maybe they don't want to get in a real fight about it. Like it's so dumb. Help these people out if they're being, especially they're being like abused physically or just mentally being, people.
But sometimes mental abuse is worse.
Yeah, and then you're gonna go and like, toughen up, kid. Like no, like it's so dumb. So I don't know. Maybe Mark Henry isn't long for AEW now. I mean, I don't think you should fire him, but
I wouldn't want him in my locker room.
What do you do? Because he's doing that, and like his whole point in AEW was kind of be like to help everybody.
I wouldn't want him in my locker room.
Yeah.
If I was Tony Khan, I'm like, yeah, thanks, man. Here's whatever your contract was, we're gonna let you.
Especially because Mark Henry in AEW is very expendable. Like he's not really serving a great purpose there.
Yeah, and he was on Jericho's podcast and he was talking about how he's there and he wants to like help the kids and everything. Well, this ain't helping.
Yeah,
I
want to help these soft ass bitches.
But if you complain about being, physically or
mentally bullied,
then tough luck.
Toughen the fuck up.
I want to help the kids. Yeah. Like, see you later, Mark.
Yep. See you later.
I don't know. That's so dumb. And I mean, Bully Ray we all kind of expect that from him.
Yeah. So. Bully Ray's Bully Ray,
and that's why he's not in the company anymore.
That's why nobody wants him.
Yep.
Well, he said he turned down like an agent job in WWE.
Yeah, which maybe he did because remember when they brought him back? And
then Devon got a job. I'm sure they offered them both agent jobs, and Devon took it. I could see that definitely being.
Don't be a dick. That's what it calls.
Wheaton's law. That's Wheaton's law.
Yeah, and if you maybe you have some thoughts that maybe are old school or controversial, don't say them. Just keep it yourself.
Yeah, or say it, because then we can weed people like you out.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, I encourage you to say it. Yeah, so we can say, oh, you're not right for this business, and get you out of it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's released in the coming days.
Yeah, no, I commend him. Mark, what you did is a great thing. You did a great thing. You exposed yourself, and now we can now move on. Yeah, and now it never happened. No, and now we can move on from you, because what most people want in this wrestling business is exactly getting away from the old shit.
The opposite of what he said.
Yes. So thank you, Mark.
Yes,
you're a hero.
Yeah, and it's funny. I'm just brought up Twitter just to see if there's any like late breaking news or anything, and it's actually hockey news. Montreal Canadiens goaltender Carey Price taking time off. NHL season's just about to start. He's one of the best goalies in the league, taking time off to address his mental health.
There you go.
See.
So that
if
what a weak man.
Yeah, if you want to go to Mark Henry, back, why don't you just toughen up and be a good goalie? You fuck.
Yeah.
And some people can't. Like everyone's different, and like if someone's
I
almost you tell them to go fuck themselves.
A girl almost fell and killed herself on an Olympic event and said, "I'm not mentally ready for this yet." Like I could have hurt myself really bad. I didn't.
Yeah.
But it's in my fucking head now, and I'm second guessing myself every time I hit that board. And that's the worst thing you want to do in those situations, is second guess yourself. So I'm gonna step away.
Yeah.
And she was considered weak for it.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy.
Listen, I if you've ever played a sport growing up, if you ever were coached and forced into doing something you weren't comfortable doing and got hurt for it, or even if you didn't, like you played Russian roulette, if you've never trained and competed or been in any of those situations, you don't know what the situation is. Like if you're a wrestler and your mind's not right before you go into your match,
you shouldn't wrestle.
You're dangerous for you and your opponent.
That's right. You don't want to hurt somebody else.
Yeah.
My God.
It's okay to get your head right.
Yeah. Doesn't say I can't, I can't wrestle because blah blah blah. That's all right. I don't know.
Let's see what we got here. Gio said there's some big guys that are great entertainers but never got in a real fight, and then you have some small guys who are straight up bullies. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have someone like Joey Styles who stood to JBL and punched him in the face and knocked him out.
Yep.
Joey Styles.
Yep.
And then he never got fucked with again. So you never know. Don't fuck with people because you never know.
Yeah. Rhonda says hello. What's going on, Rhonda? Brian never bitch about me going on a soapbox ever again. It happens. Yeah. Well, we said today's going to be more of opinion based and topics.
I mean, I don't. If you disagree with this, then let us know, because
I mean, sure, you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah.
You'd be wrong. You're entitled to it.
Don't run a wrestling company. Because remember when that AEW used to have that the safe space or whatever Brandy was doing?
Oh, I
forget what it's called.
Sensory inclusive.
Yeah, something like that.
Culture City.
Yeah, so if AEW's doing that, and then some guy comes out and says, "You better tough it up. Don't come with me with problems," then
yeah, that's for people with like that are dealing with autism primarily,
but
that
still,
are very
like,
sensory. Like
if
like
you're even
lights
having
and
the
fireworks.
thought of
Dude.
running that, to help those kind of people, then this thing doesn't.
And here's the thing too, and this is not a shot. This is not me being picking on anybody, but this is a legit, straight up truth. And you don't realize this until you're 80% of your locker room are all people with fucking social anxiety problems.
A lot of people, yeah,
that are wrestlers,
and maybe you don't even know, and maybe they don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
But like, why make it worse?
and there's people who are on the spectrum who are wrestlers, and you don't know.
There's all kinds of
You know what I mean? So like,
people have all kinds of issues.
you don't need people fucking with people like that.
No, it's not right. No, nobody learns from getting stiff in the ring. You don't learn anything.
Yeah. I disagree to a point. Okay, Jackson. And then he says, but I'm more open than I used to be. Okay. Well, you're entitled to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean,
you have to be physically tough to take the bumps and stuff. Every wrestler does. But like, you don't have to be fighting tough.
And you have to be mentally tough to wake up the next day and fight through your pain and your sores.
And if, you got to drive and all that.
Yeah. And then when you're on the indies, you have like a 9 to 5, most people.
Trying to work
like
a full-time job and do
time.
it. Yeah.
I have no time. So
away from friends and family,
so
chase a dream. That's all mentally tough.
There's toughness. Yeah, but that's different than fighting toughness.
Yeah.
You know.
So you're going through all that where you're fighting through your bumps and your bruises and your strain and your muscle tiredness and working a job and trying to be in the gym and being away from your friends and family. And then you go to a place that you're chasing your fucking dream and a guy just wants to pick on you for fucking some dumbass reason.
Stupid.
And you're like, dude, I'm fucking sacrificing everything I have to fucking chase this.
Yeah.
Now I have to come and deal with a fucking high school bully because you didn't mentally grow up.
Yeah.
And you have authority somehow over me.
Yeah, and that ain't right.
Yeah.
I think it's good for when somebody looks physically tough, especially if that's going to be part of their gimmick. But it could be like somebody like that's never been in a fight in their life, but they look like Brock Lesnar.
Could you imagine Matt Mikowski wanted to be a bully? Like you couldn't do anything about it, but he's not.
Yeah.
A matter of fact, I think if Matt Mikowski's seen someone getting bullied, you'd be fucked.
Yeah, because if you just see Matt if you see Matt in street clothes, he looks like a normal guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he would.
Yeah, and he would break you in half.
He would he would take a limb home with him. Yeah. Yeah, he's a tough guy who doesn't have to remind you he's a tough guy, and he doesn't have to he doesn't have to impose it. He doesn't flex it. He's a normal ass dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can still be a fucking tough guy and still be a level-headed human being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Any other news topics there?
Anything we missed? Do you think?
Oh, the TBS title.
TBS title, yeah.
It looks like it says hose.
The hose title.
It does kind of say HOS.
Yeah.
But
the one thing
that is the TBS logo. We can't remember. I do like the belt. It looks exactly like the TNT title, but I was like, I get it. It's the women's TNT.
I like a secondary women's title.
Yeah.
I wish WWE had one.
I love that idea, and I do. With the split, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like if there was no brand split, like a women's intercontinental title would be great.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing I don't like about the TBS title. It's a lot bigger than the main title.
Yeah,
they have to make a bigger women's title.
Bigger. They do. The women's title was smaller. They made it a little bit bigger, but they got to make it even bigger.
Yeah, because when
it has to look more prestigious.
Yeah,
I agree.
And the TBS title.
That was my only complaint with that women's title. It looks like a fucking. It looks like a spoon.
Yeah, it's too small.
Yeah,
I mean, it was small. It was small in Rio, and Rio's small.
Yeah,
but who do you think the first champion is?
TBS title?
Yes.
Ooh.
They teased Thunder Rosa, but I think she should win the world title.
Yeah, I don't know. She's a good one to put on because like you think the first person you got to put on has to give it some luster.
Ruby.
You know? Ruby's a good one. Serena Deeb's a good one. I can see her winning it.
Statlander would be very good.
My fear is they put on Jade Cargill. It's like
I don't think they'll do Jade Cargill. I think they're very self-aware of what Jade Cargill is right now, and they're working with her.
If they're gonna do a tournament, I would have. Because it seems like they are doing a Jade Cargill Thunder Rosa thing, I would have them in like the semifinals or something like that, and then it's a draw. They both get knocked out of the tournament, so nobody takes a loss.
I think Chris, that would be because she's entertaining, but she's also can go in the ring.
Yeah, she's a good one. I think Thunder Rosa or Serena Deeb's who I put on, unless you have somebody Ruby.
We were talking.
I think maybe Ruby.
We were talking about a little bit on the way to Leapfrog, just TNT title. I mean, TNT title.
Yes.
Right. I understand right now that's like your secondary title. But to me, I was telling Brian, and that's just my opinion, I just don't feel like it has the luster of like an intercontinental title to me yet. Because I think because I'm so programmed to see it's a TV title,
yes,
where my mind tricks me to think WWE TV title where it's like
They don't
lower than a even like
Well, I don't.
a lower
They never had
brand.
a TV title.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like
Yeah.
like where you have like a TV or internet or
Yeah, it's
yeah.
usually the third string title.
yeah,
Yeah.
it reminds me of a third
If
string
there
title.
isn't a second string
Yeah,
title,
it's a secondary title by
yeah.
default.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like the ECW TV title, where for a while that was more prestigious than the actual ECW
Yeah.
title.
Rob Van Dam had for what almost 2
almost
years.
2 years,
Yeah,
yeah.
almost 2 years. And that was actually sometimes main event over the world title.
TBS title should be a women's tag title. Actually, I want women's tag eventually, but I think the women's having a secondary title is good.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll get there, but like I don't think we need that right now
Because
there's not really any women's tag teams. I mean, you
only-
bring up Holly Dead and put her with Thunder Rosa, but then
yeah, the
Thunder
only
Rosa should be singles.
the only regular women's team you have is Conti and Anna Jay.
Yeah, and the rest you'd have to throw together. Like you could do Britt Baker and Rebel, or Jamie Hayter, or
By the
Jamie
way,
Haber and Rebel. But yeah.
Speaking of Tay Conti, on Dark Elevation next week, she'll be going up against Danny Moe.
Oh wow, how about that?
Good for Danny. Good for Danny. Oh, Becca just got a dark match.
Yeah,
too.
I seen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody else.
Becca had a really good match at the last show with Travis Huckabee.
Huckabee. Yeah.
Oh really?
She did a
Cool.
really good job.
There was a great spot in that where she has Huckabee in a hold, like a camel clutch or something like that. She was wearing this like a tiara.
like a birthday tiara crown.
Yeah, and she puts it on Huckabee while he's in the hold and he can't get off because his arms are
That's
pinned
funny.
back. I think Paige was there. Right? And I think there was another ringside photographer.
Not Paige
No.
from Twitch.
No,
Yeah.
Paige from Paige Watcher Photography.
Yeah.
It was her. Somebody else was taking a picture there, and he's like, "Don't take a picture of that."
So I was screaming
So
on
funny.
commentary. I said, if you are watching this live, don't you dare screenshot your screen right now and post it to social media. Don't you dare. I'll just see what will catch on. It didn't, but I thought it'd be
Very, very, very funny. Very funny.
Bunny, Benny, and Bunny
Penelope
and
Ford.
Penelope.
Oh
Ford.
yeah, I forgot with them. I wouldn't put the tag belts
We
on them.
need Andy Header tap for AEW Dark. I agree.
Absolutely.
Tweet AEW. Tweet AEW Dark
Yeah.
and tag Andy Header.
I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
I'd love to get a contract. What am I- Better than some of the people that are on there.
So I think that's all the news. Like I can't think of anything else.
Hangman's back.
Hangman's back. Yeah, that's the name of the show, and we didn't even talk
Yeah.
about it. He
I
came
did
back.
not get a chance to see
Oh,
Dynamite.
yeah.
Not yet.
Dynamite was very good. So the opening 8-man, you got to watch that. It's 18 minutes. It's awesome.
Who's in it?
Uh,
Oh, is that the click in the
yeah, it's super
click?
Super Elite.
super elite.
Super Click is just the Young Bucks and Adam Cole.
Yeah, versus
see
Christian
the new
Cage, Bryan
t-shirt?
Danielson, and Jungle Boy.
Do you see the Super Click T-shirt?
I did not see
It's
it.
a skull that looks like Adam Cole, and then it's two deer skulls
Oh,
kissing him on the
that's cool.
cheek.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very good match.
Yeah, it was Cole, Omega, and the Bucks against Danielson.
Christian Cage, Jungle
and-
Boy, and Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
There's a good CM Punk promo. There's a good Arn Anderson promo.
Mhm.
Another owner.
Yes, it's very good.
He's like, I'll fucking blow your brains
Yeah.
out of here.
There is the you can buy the armed Anderson shirt
Yeah.
right now on his
Is that
podcast?
gonna be his gimmick? He's just this old tough guy. Like,
hope
he's
so.
like fucking.
his promos are
He's
great.
Gran Torino
I can see Cody turning heel and Arn like
shooting
becoming
him.
a face, like put arm. I don't know who you put him with,
I
but
would never turn heel on Arn Anderson. I would be afraid.
yeah, he's gonna kill you.
What if they
He
do?
broke Dusty's leg.
What if they do like a Pillman reenactment where
Oh,
like
God,
some
Arn.
and they're just shoot?
Arn comes in, it's like first person shooter.
Yeah.
Between him and Goldberg, there's a lot of murder
Yeah.
on wrestling lately. Goldberg just keeps saying he's going to kill like literally kill him.
Yeah,
For touching his son
Yeah.
that he choked out too.
Oh boy.
I think he did more damage to his kid than Lashley
Oh,
did,
Jesus. Took his poor shirt off when he was 11 years old.
and then choked him unconscious because he was smiling.
I think he gave him a complex because that kid's in a lot better shape now.
Yeah. And then there was Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida. That was a pretty good match.
Yeah,
And
the tease was that Sheeta was going to have her 50th win. She'd be the first woman in AEW to
they
get
even had a
50
trophy
wins.
made.
Well, they did it for Jungle Boy because he
Yeah.
was the first male wrestler to get 50 wins. Yeah, but they had a trophy ready for her, and then she loses, and then Serena Deeb busts up the trophy.
And
That's
hits her over
fine.
the head with it.
That's awesome.
I was like,
AEW just put out a new T-shirt called the 4 Pillars of AEW,
okay.
and the four. Who would you say the 4 pillars are?
I know
they
because
mentioned it in
they
the
mentioned it
promo.
on the show.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
And it's all like what they would consider, I guess, their homegrown talent, like
Yes.
people that they.
Well, the 4 pillars thing comes from Japan.
But it's a cool thing to think because I think AEW kind of gets where they only put the big names. Like
Yeah.
the big names are the one, and no one else gets pushed. And it's the four pillars kind of goes
it's
completely
not really,
against
MJF,
that.
MJF has been pushed very well.
Yeah.
Darby has been pushed very well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sammy's starting to get pushed really good now.
And
He's got his title
Jungle Boy is super over.
Jungle Boy
Sammy won the TNT title. Jungle Boy will win titles in the future.
Yeah.
And then the main event, Hangman was the Joker. And then the ladder match is very good too. So I say watch that. He
Very
does
fun
the,
show, yeah.
you know, his dead eye, the like move where he has him like drops on the head on the back,
Yeah.
off a ladder through a table.
Wow.
To Pac. It's insane.
Chio said that they'll be talking tonight after tonight's interview. So check out the Breakfast and Body Slams podcast directly following ours. Chio, if you want to put that link in the chat or put it in our community page so people can go tune in immediately after watching this show.
Yeah. So Hangman gets the it was a pogo chip at the top, and he gets this title shot. I don't know if it's like
Who's the last person he
24/7.
fought off? Moxley?
Moxley, yes.
Yeah, I
So
figured Moxley.
they'll probably have that match, which is weird because Moxley was a big baby face, and people were booing him because everyone wanted Hangman to win. The crowd was hot all night and super into Hangman. So
Here's my question.
he will win the title.
I know he
Yeah,
will.
yeah, of course.
100% will.
Yes.
Do you think they're fast tracking it? Do you think they're like, yo,
No.
we need like
No.
No.
is there a possibility where this Kenny Omega line was maybe supposed to go a little longer, and now that the names that they have been become available are now available, they're like, all right, we don't need to speed up the process here, but maybe Hangman, as soon as you come back, we need to start this program where you're going for the title quicker than
If anything, I think they slowed it down. I think it was supposed to win it all out,
Yeah.
okay.
and then he went on paternity
I
leave.
think it's time.
Yeah, I think it's time too.
Yeah.
It is,
But
it's
a
totally
part of me is just like you have some names who can be champion or
Oh,
go
you-
for
you-
titles.
You can.
You have names that don't need the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will they get it? Probably.
Yeah, Hangman's gonna get a lot more out of being the champion than Bryan
Yeah.
Danielson.
And
or
I put it
CM Punk
on
will.
Hangman and have him keep.
Oh,
it for
I'm
a
not
while.
even. I don't think Daniel Bryan or CM Punk will be your AEW champion at all.
I think they will.
100%.
I
You think they would be?
Yes.
I don't think
who
they
do I
will.
think beats Hangman for the title eventually? A heel CM Punk.
Yeah.
See, I this is maybe my way of thinking is I think both of them realize they don't need titles to be champion,
No,
and
they
they're
don't.
there to like.
But if you
kinda
have them in your company,
pass the torch and just get matches that they want, I think that another guy who could be going for the title soon
You
is
can-
Malachi.
There's a way to pass a torch and then put somebody over by being in a program with him. And if
So Daniel Bryan's a 3-year contract and also wants to work Japan. CM Punk
Mhm.
is up there in ages. He took time off and his body's
he's
probably in
43,
better.
he'll be fine.
Yeah.
But then you have a guy like a Malachi Black who's more in his prime that could possibly be another guy who goes for Hangman for the title and get that program. I
AEW
personally-
right now has 10 people that could be world
Yeah,
champion.
I personally go Malachi before I go Bryan and CM Punk. They're the best in the world, but they don't technically need the title to be there.
No one
Yeah.
needs the title.
No, it's
But,
a
I mean,
storytelling device. Too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd want them
Like
to
John
be in your
Moxley
title
didn't
history.
need to be the champion.
No.
It made sense. He was a good champion.
Yeah.
Kenny made the most sense. Jericho had to be your first champion.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He made you legit. I think Punk being your champion or Danielson, it cements the title as the title. It adds prestige to the title. It's already probably the most prestigious title. I mean, you could say the IWGP or WWE, but it's the title that people care about the most. I think at this point,
The hottest title.
the hottest title.
and the hottest promotion.
The function of a world title is not just to make a new star. You can use it for that,
Mhm.
but you can also use it to, this is our guy. This is the main event guy. This is the centerpiece.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's very important to build new stars for the future and to elevate people. It's not the only thing a title is for.
Yes. Like will Malachi Black be world champion there? Absolutely. He
Yeah,
would.
that's just my fantasy booking. That's where I would go next. I would have Malachi and Hangman, and then I would
Okay.
do like the Kenny Adam Cole feud breakup possible thing.
Already?
I think once Kenny drops the title, I think it plants the
Well,
seeds
soon
where
for
No, I think
though.
Kenny drops title goes right into a program with Danielson.
Yeah, because I think Kenny's dropping that title in November. That's when
Yeah,
Full Gear is.
Yeah.
early November.
That's too soon to turn them on.
well,
each
all
other?
right. So yeah, he drops title, goes to a program with Daniels, and then that's where Cole's like, you can't beat anybody anymore. You lost everything.
It's too soon.
You think so?
Yeah, you don't. I wouldn't turn him for at least
Because
a year.
I think you do the Bucks and the Bucks and Adam Cole as a stable, and you move Kenny back maybe to a babyface role, or where he's not.
If I'm
an
turning
elite.
either one of those guys, I'm turning Adam Cole.
Yeah,
The
I'd
crowd
like
loves him.
Adam Coleface.
Really?
I would keep them all together for a while yet.
They're fine the way they are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I think they're fine.
because I think eventually
Lot of steam
then
left
your
there.
your Kevin Steen takes over your Omega spot, and that's them four, and Omega's out of that little stable.
I don't know if I do that.
Or even you do Omega and the Good Brothers go do a thing, and then the Elite with Kevin and Adam Cole are a stable.
No,
I think Adam
because-
Cole pushes Kenny out is where the way I would book it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Steen will be by himself. Maybe he comes in like, oh yeah, we're gonna join you guys. Stunner.
Yeah, super kick slam.
I think there's more money initially as him as a baby face.
I'm cool with that
by
too.
himself.
Yeah, I'm cool with that too.
Until,
I just want
until his old tag partner El Generico comes.
I wouldn't put them near each other. Because they've just been.
Well, yeah, they're not going to wrestle each other. It's going to be a tag team again.
Yeah,
but still do singles.
Yeah,
and they have to buy the rights to that Bells and Soul song.
Yeah. Which is probably not that much.
No,
but then,
no, they're
but
not
then
going to
Europe wanted an insane amount for Final Countdown.
Like 200,000 for like 10 plays or something.
Yeah, how about Bobby Fish got his ROH music? That was pretty cool. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah,
it was the Red Dragon music for him and Kyle O'Reilly.
That was another fun match, I thought.
Yeah, I thought that match was pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm still putting some people in the chat. Jackson, I think, disagreed with me with one of the title things, and then he agreed with me on something else. Chio plugged his podcast, and then Brian said that makes sense. Sorry, it's hard to talk, and then there's a little bit of delay, so it's hard to say exactly what we're going over there.
There's right now there's 10 guys in AEW you could get and make world champion that are like, I'll take it.
I don't even need the title to be a thing. I just want good storylines. Give me good storylines.
We have good storylines.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're giving us great storylines.
Yeah. Best wrestling show on TV. Yeah. Now Dynamite is not on next Wednesday.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Saturday.
It's moving to Saturday. I don't know why. Maybe we were saying on the way. I probably have.
I'm guessing it's a sports thing
because they know we're busy Wednesday and we're gonna miss it, so they moved it to Saturday.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was. No other news?
I can't think of anything.
The G1's happening, but no one's talking about it because Ring of Honor. New Japan is just real low right now.
Yeah,
they're gonna get rid of handle that Corona over there. I heard Japan's doing much better with it, and they're getting the vaccine out. So once we start getting some Americans back, now they're finally starting to. So hey, G1 2022 is gonna be on fire.
So next
Danielson, Adam Cole.
Yeah, it's gonna
maybe Punk.
Yeah, the NHL season is starting.
Oh, okay.
And they're gonna have hockey on TNT next Wednesday.
Okay, so there you go. So Dynamite will be Saturday at 8:00.
And TNT,
I believe on TNT.
Yeah, and it's going to be the Rangers and the Capitals.
There you go Caps.
Well, this is red, white, and blue.
Yeah, this is why Dynamite is moving to TBS. That doesn't have these problems.
Yes. Yeah. Which when we were kids, the worst things when that fucking dog show would come on,
or the U.S. Open,
the tennis, and you'd be like, these motherfuckers. No one cares about tennis.
Are you tuning in too early and you got to watch Walker Texas Rangers?
Well, that was okay.
No, back then
Murder She Wrote. Murder She Wrote.
That was okay.
And Murder She Wrote is good
because Raw came on at 9, and then 8. But
primetime wrestling.
It was okay, whatever was on before. Yeah, that's all right. But when it took the place of, that was the worst.
Yeah, just in the summer, you flip on for primetime wrestling or Raw, and then it's just tennis.
Yeah,
I think this is to this day why I don't like tennis.
Yeah,
it's because of the U.S. Open.
I hate that, and I was like, those motherfucking dogs. Even though I love dogs, I'm like, who is watching this? And then sometimes you turn back, like, well, maybe the dog show's over. And wrestling will come on.
Chio, I might take you up on that, buddy. I may be joining the Body Slam podcast at 10:00 tonight. So if you want to tune in over there. I
thought you were going to the movie thing.
Oh, that's right, Chio. I'm going to see a movie. We should wrap up pretty soon here because we have to get ready for it. And then Jackson says, I fucking hated the dog shit.
See, everyone hated the dog show.
And then Ross said Nitro overall. I disagree.
It depends. I mean, some Nitro is very good.
Some early on.
I'll tell you right now.
Early on,
there's fucking 2 TVs on that Pilgrim room. One's playing old Nitros from the same era that Raw's going on, and the fucking Raw is way more interesting.
I don't know. There was a lot of Truth Commission matches that were not so good.
There's a lot of Skull versus Kurgan.
Yeah.
And then you have Dean Malenko against Ray over on Nitro.
Not everything in the Attitude Era was good.
Oh, I agree. But some of the stuff I was watching, like, oh boy.
Well, yeah, there was bad on both shows, but there's also good on both shows.
Yeah.
Until 2000, then WCW was.
Yeah. There's one like where Disco Inferno just comes out to dance and then he goes back. Yeah. And Lance Storm goes, well, it could have been worse. He could have came out to wrestle.
I think that was a spot where he came out and danced, or I forget.
When he came out with the duck, Disco
Duck. Two funniest things he ever did was when he had the new leg hold and he had a cheat sheet because he forgot how to put it on. And then they had the thing. Remember Conan did a rat video? And it was like him out with Bowdy
or whatever.
Yeah, the low rider would jump up, and then they had the video playing in the background, and they just had Disco come out like on a green screen, and he was like, "Oil of Olay."
Yeah, Oil of Olay. That was pretty funny.
Like Olay, it's like Oil of Olay.
Yeah, but we are running a little bit longer here. Andy, what do you got to plug?
Keep asking if there's news.
Yeah, what do you got to plug?
Hey, we already plugged PPW and go see True Wrestling. You can see that on Friday. We get actually, they're both Saturday.
No, True is Friday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
True is Friday.
Yeah, True Friday,
So go to
PPW
True
Saturday.
Friday and go to PPW Saturday
go to
check
Sanctuary
out the
Sunday.
Sanctuary Sunday. I may show up.
And
We may all show up.
Yeah.
And what else? What other podcast you want to plug?
Well, yeah, I thought you were. So I'm playing with Truth Beyond Illusion stickers, which you can get from us. We will give them out. And that's
Not this weekend,
Yes.
but the following weekend we're all going up to Jim Thorpe for the day.
Well, it won't be live. But yes, so we are going to do another episode from the Jim Thorpe prison.
So if you want to come up and hang out with us in Jim Thorpe, you're more than welcome to. We'll have a little crew, but later on that night, obviously we can't take you into prison with us for the podcast, but you're more than welcome to spend the day with us.
And you can do the tour of the prison.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do a group tour.
Stories there.
We'll be a big group of us.
Yeah, I mean, but they do tours all day, so you know, at your leisure you can go there. There's lots of good food in Jim Thorpe. Good coffee at that place, good hot sauce.
And then the weekend after that, we will be on location at the Tree of Life Metaphysical Shop, and that is open to the public. So come up and hear local folklore and ghost stories, and we'll be doing an on-site podcast out there. And then
we got some cool
we were invited to do I know you're not going to do the sip part, but they have a paint and sip where they're going to do like a ceramic skull, and you get to paint it.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
they're doing a painting
But like
class.
Ultimate Warrior face.
I like everything but the wine part.
Yeah, so you can. Where we were welcome to stay afterwards and paint.
Oh, that's very nice.
That would be very funny to do a wrestling. All right, so you're doing a warrior face paint? What?
I made a joke. You can do like a skull.
We're going to paint a skull. So I think that's what we're doing is painting a skull. So we should between me and you, because the rest of them won't, we should think of a wrestler's face paint that we recreate on the mask.
There you go.
Old school Sting, maybe?
Yeah.
I might do crow sting because it seems like it might be simple.
That would look cool on a skull.
And it's trendy now.
Yeah.
Maybe embarrassed Wolfpack Sting.
Yeah.
Just a red face.
Maybe I will do
Tomato
a
Sting.
Danhausen.
That's a good one.
But it already looks just.
It would look very evil. A Hawker Animal, Demolition.
Oh my God.
Smash had like very intricate face paint.
I almost said something I can't say.
Okay, don't say it.
I realized.
Anyway, you could check out Truth Beyond Illusion, all our links underneath in Knockland High School.
Knockland High School. The new website, IWP Network.
My comic podcast I'd like to make eventually.
If you want to do a comic podcast with Andy,
fucking time.
Yeah, if you want to do a podcast with Andy for the network and talk all comics, hit him up.
You got to read comics.
Yeah,
we'll see. It's
Brian.
It's in the works.
Oh well, as always, projecthumanoid.com is where you can go for all of my other podcasts. Murder My Dude. We actually have 2 podcasts coming out. We're going to be we're doing Cheesesteak Suplex weekly at least to start here. So a new one coming this weekend. Murder My Dude. There's a lot of prep for that. So that's every 2 weeks.
Yes.
And this is Murder My Dude week on Sunday at midnight. Saturday and the Sunday, we are going to be covering the Acid Bath Murderer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were talking about this a little bit.
A lot of metal songs in the band.
What was the one before this one? The
one before this one, we did cover a lot of Gabby Petito, which is a big thing that's going on, and we also did Pamela.
She is cute.
Pamela Smart. That's what it was.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And we because this Gabby Petito thing is everywhere. We have like we're just like
Gabby
an update on this.
Yeah, weekly follow up.
Yeah, we did like an update on.
Did you see the thing where there's a drone over their garden?
I did not,
and it looks like their garden planter may be a bunker because it looks like a little hand comes up to hand the mom something. But I think she's just pulling a weed.
One thing that if we would have recorded a day or 2 later, I would have gotten into is that this group that investigates things are saying that they know who the Zodiac killer is.
Oh yeah.
This is my favorite serial killer case.
And it's
of all
not Ed
time.
Leslie.
And
it's back the rest.
And it's not Ted Cruz.
Ooh,
so I'm suspicious. But we'll talk not on this upcoming episode. The episode after that, in about 2 weeks, we'll be talking about that.
And what we'll be talking about, Jack would want, and what is dying to know, what we're talking about on Cheesesteak Suplex.
Guilty pleasure wrestler.
Ooh.
Which this may or may not be a teaser.
Yeah, and like you said,
Jinder Mahal.
So the 24/7 category. There you go.
Yeah. I enjoy Jinder Mahal more than most people.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So one of the things I learned when we went to the trivia night, the wrestling trivia night at Pilgrew about a month ago, Tony Deppen, one of his all-time favorite wrestlers, is Bastion Booger.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I remember Bastion
Norman
Booger.
the Lunatic.
Yeah,
Brian Ferguson. Early 90s.
A lot of my guilty pleasures or people that I didn't like, all out of my friend group didn't like, and then as we got older, everyone's like, they were the fucking best, and I was like, I thought I was the only one. Like not a lot of people liked Mr. Perfect. They hated him because he was like, I liked a lot of heels. Like I grew up liking the bad guys, so I was drawn to those.
I wasn't until the first heel that was like my favorite wrestler was Vader. Like
okay,
I got really into Vader.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Guilty pleasure. That's fun.
Yeah.
Comment below some of your guilty pleasures, and then make sure you tune in to projecthumanoid.com and check out Cheesesteak Suplex.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about like fig feds, and I'm trying to think of the other things, but just tune in and find out.
A lot of really, really exclusive, fun AEW action figures are coming, as well.
I got my Britt Baker. I got it in
the
mail
bloody
the other
face
day.
one.
No, I thought she's pre-ordered, so she's coming.
Yeah, there's a pre-order. I don't think the Brody Lee one has hit pre-order
Not yet. I don't think.
But I think I'm gonna get that. I think I'm gonna try to get it.
I think they're basically doing almost the whole Dark Order.
That'd be cool.
Almost
like a box set of.
No. I mean singly.
I'm not one to collect toys, and if I get the action figures for AEW, I'm opening them. I'm not keeping them in the box.
It's up to you.
I actually
what's it called? Letting them breathe is what they say in the fig fed world.
Yeah,
I got it wrong. I think we're actually talking fig feds later down the line. We're going to be talking about wrestling video games.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
A lot of good ones there.
N64 is where it begins.
I have to play the Japanese ones.
Good. Pro wrestling.
Yeah,
I have
virtual pro wrestling.
Them,
it's the N64 games, but in Japanese. It's good. You can be Minoru Suzuki in that.
Really?
Yeah, he's in.
But I think I'm gonna start collecting the AEW ones more.
Yeah, I have a couple. I like,
but I'm not gonna actively go out and get there's ones I want, but they're like $500 now because they're super rare.
And then you get the chase. I want to get Jericho with the belt that just came out. I might get the Matt Hardy one, and the Hangman one. He has one with his
the bandana.
bandana up. That one's pretty cool. And because of the picture.
The only way I can get the one ref I want, Aubrey, is you have to buy the ring to get her.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Yeah,
she's part of the ring god doll. But I would love to get a Brody and an action figure of his kid. I think that'd be cool if they did both of them.
Oh, yeah, like a 2-pack.
That's interesting though. They had like an actual referee like they always had it. They've had referee action figures.
Yeah, they're
before,
just generic.
Like the LJN, it was referee. It wasn't like the Dave Hebner action figure, the Joey Morello. It was referee.
That's the cool thing about AW. You could fall in love with their referee squad as much as the talent because they tell you their names and you can.
Yeah, they're not just mindless, faceless people.
Yeah. I love
that. That used to be what it was. And you knew Joey Morelli, you knew Dave Hebner, you knew Danny Davis, you knew all of them.
Yeah. And then I believe they I forget it was on. I think it was online. But speaking of wrestling video games, -1 is going to be in the new video game.
Oh,
and they gave him his dad playable.
What?
Yes, they made him
beat up a kid in this game.
They're going to make him playable in the game, and they gave him his dad's stats.
Oh.
So he's actually like strong and stuff.
Maybe he's regular size then, because I can't see him being.
I didn't see the
little sized, and the mechanics of the game. I don't know how that would work.
I don't know.
Like, how does he suplex Lance Archer?
He doesn't. It'll be one of those things, I guess, where he just can't lift people, but he can like punch, kick, and do fun. I don't know.
I'm okay with him being in a game, not as a player.
It was like WCW NWO World Tour. Bischoff couldn't grapple. He could only throw
kick. Yeah.
Well, you had the one guy who was like not Muhammad Ali. He was like Joe Bruiser, and all he could do was punch.
Yeah. You know who will be in the game? All the legends. That Legends roster is going to be phenomenal.
Owen Hart is going to be in the AEW
Owen
game.
Hart, Jake the Snake, Arn Anderson.
There's no video of what he looks like in the game, but it was talked about that he is going to be in it because
maybe he's not playable. Maybe he's just in it.
Okay,
and that would make more sense.
He played as himself in the game. Like they said, like he was playing as his character, and he was like, "Why is my guy so good?" And then when he's seen his dad's character and he's seen the stats were the same.
I'm all for supporting the kid and stuff. Like there's a line.
You don't have to pick him or play him as him.
I know, but there's a line when like, okay, maybe it's a bit too much.
I don't think it's too much. I think it's a cool thing for the kid.
Yeah. Well, how many cool things do you give him?
As many as you can.
Does it keep going?
Sure. Till he's 18 years old. You've already made the
thing. Done.
And then you give him the world title.
Then if he's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if he trains to wrestle and he's good, yeah. But I mean, like, I think enough's enough.
Yeah,
that's all I got to say about that.
I think we have a situation where a lot of kids, always talk about people like I wasn't raised with a father figure. I didn't have a dad, and
I wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely. But his father figure was somebody that he went out of his way to help a lot of other people.
Yes,
and so I think a lot of those people are like, no, Tony, make sure this kid's in his locker room because his dad looked out for me when I needed it. And we're gonna make sure this kid gets it as well.
I get it, but
it's not hurting anybody. I'm fine.
It's but like
Andy Etter hates children.
Yeah, I do. I do fuck kids. Not literally.
I'm not a kid fan, but I'm a -1 fan.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Yeah. I wouldn't put him on my wrestling show. You want to do all the backstage stuff and all that? That's great. I would not put a child on my wrestling show. Not because I hate kids, because I don't think they have a place in a professional wrestling show. That's my statement.
Yeah.
At least they didn't put a tag title on him.
Yeah.
Very true.
I could have did that. Ugh.
I'm sorry, where are we at here? Also taking favorite video games this week. Talking Fig Feds is next week, and then Dangerous Danny Davis was a bad man.
He was a bad man.
Oh,
You couldn't trust him.
Yeah.
He was a crooked referee.
Yeah.
He got suspended for life plus 10 years from refereeing, and then he was back like 3 years later.
Wow.
Anything else for the UN plug?
No, that's I believe everything. Yes. So project210.com, everything's there. Merchandise, cheesesteak suplex shirts are available. All sorts of other things. So yeah, check it out.
Cool.
If you haven't somehow gotten enough of me talking about wrestling here, there's another place for it.
Yeah, you can go check out Cheesesteak Suplex. IWEPnetwork.com, brand new website up. And it links you to every other one of the podcast pages. It's really, really cool. It'll take you right to our store. It'll take you to the great shows like Interviews with Everyday People, Bangin' Beers Podcast, Not Cool in High School, Truth Behind Illusion, Welcome Back, Higher with Other Words, and We Like Wrestling Podcast. Stone and Nerdy has been murdered. It's gone. It's dead forever.
When something goes away, you don't tell people.
No, Tim wanted, like he just said, Tim has something new coming back out.
We don't tell people.
I fucking there's
You
no
only tell
kayfabe
people
there.
positive things because that way.
The positive thing is Tim's coming back with another show that's very
all you gotta
similar.
say.
Yes.
That's what you say.
But I'm saying if people see like
Being repackaged.
Yes.
it's being repackaged, but if people don't see it on there, they're like, "Where's that?" So I'm just giving the heads up it's not on there right now. But and then like I said, you can go support like their High with Other Word and We Like Wrestling's podcasts, merch pages, and as well as their Patreons and welcome backs, all that stuff. I work really hard on it. Please go check it out. Let me know what you think. You can go on the website and leave reviews, or you can leave iTunes reviews from there as well. We want to start reading. Yeah, we want to
Even
start.
if it's just the stars.
Yeah, we want to start reading reviews on the podcast. If you don't have Apple and you can't leave one, you can go on the website and leave a review, and it's super helpful.
And it
for
looks like
us.
the page is very viewer friendly on the phone.
Very simple. Yeah, it's pretty much gonna take you to the podcast. Like there's no frills, there's no side things. It's just episodes, and then you can click on videos. It'll take you right to the YouTube is gonna show you all videos. It won't break down every show. It's just everything that's on the network, video wise. But yeah, go check it out. If you can support Patreon or leave a tip or buy merch, that'd be great. If you can't, not a big deal. Someone did just buy a t-shirt, an extra large long
thank you
sleeve.
for buying
So whoever you were that bought the long sleeve, thank you so much. And if you do, when it does come in, take a photo of you in your shirt and send it to us.
If you buy the Heather ones, they're very soft and comfortable.
Yeah.
The like what marble
on TeePublic. Yeah. But Teespring is Teespring.
Do they have the Heather ones too?
They don't, but you can you're going to save a little more money on the Teespring. Yeah. And we'll make more. You'll save more and we'll make more. But that'll do it. Let's see if there's anything else here at the very end. Andy Cornett says, and Jackson says, Andy.
Hey,
Cornett.
I agree with Cornett a lot. They also disagree with Cornett a lot.
Yeah. That'll do it. Tornado Tech Podcast. We're gonna play some Billy Trey for you to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, commenting, joining along with us. Thank you everyone in the chat. Make sure you go check out in 1 hour exactly the Body Slams podcast with Chio. They're gonna talk all that fun stuff. So go over and tune into their podcast and show some love. But we are out of here.
We gotta go. We're out of time.
We're out of time. We'll see you next time.